Oh, there we go. Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another day of beautiful games by beautiful players. We're your hosts, Zeno and Zorro, coming to you live with. I'm looking the wrong way today. Zorro.
Maybe it's because you don't have that particular shine that I do. You can't. Everybody cannot be as beautiful as me. Yes, I know. But yes, as Zeno was trying to
My
say,
goodness.
welcome to the day two of week two of the knockout stage. And boy, have the players been stirring everything up, man. They've been bringing themselves down. Some have managed to overcome others. Some have managed to wow us, and some have managed to remain where they started. For example, Elite Hunters and Soul Society. Well, no shades this early on into the stream. Over to you, Zeno. I want you to educate the viewers on exactly how the tournament is being run.
All right, we will get a look at the tournament format to see what the games have been and where we are at currently at the stage of the tournament. The play-in started off with 144 teams coming in, which was cut down to just 48 teams as we made it all the way to the play-in phase 2. The knockout stages had 17 teams qualify as they come fight against Paradox in the knockout stages. We are in the second week of the knockout stages, but only 12 teams at the end of this week will advance all the way to the finals where we activate the prize pools.
Which is crazy, by the way.
Our prize pool is a whopping $10,000. That is absolutely insane. With first place going home with $3,500, and in second place we have them go home with $2,000. In third place is $1,200. In fourth to sixth, you have $700 for yourself and your team. In seventh to ninth, we have $300. 10th to 12 go home with $100. So you do want to make it all the way to the top 12, so you know you're earning no matter what position you take. The point system will be the regular Garena point system with every Booyah. Every team that goes to Booyah leaves with 12 points and remaining. But the rules for tiebreaker will now break down to the number of Booyahs each team has. If they somehow get tied there, we do have to check the number of total eliminations. If somehow they're still tied, then we take a look at the rank score for each team.
The unique active skill was actually implemented by Garena so as to make the game a bit more dynamic and diverse, man. The rule states that no player is allowed to use the same active skill as their teammates. Garena implemented this rule so as to shake things up, man. So let's say your teammate is using Oscar, you are not allowed to use Oscar. Isn't that right, Zeno?
Indeed. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The unique active skill is to force more dynamic and creative plays, as Garena has provided us a lot of characters, so please use every single one of them. Today's going to be Group B vs C, if I'm seeing that correctly, Zorro.
Yes, it
We
is going
should
to
be taking a look at the general... Sorry. We should be taking a look at the general group of teams that have played. We saw Group A and B yesterday, and that was quite an interesting lobby with Paradox Esports going into 400 points in just 18 games. That's absolutely insane. But today's Group A vs C, so let's take a look at the teams actually going to compete today. Vent Esports will be coming back for their final day today with Necro Venoms as well. Elite Hunters, Luminosity, Dead Points, and Syndicate will be having their last 6 games today to qualify for the top 12. Then Group C teams coming in today will be Underground Esports, FNS, Solar Flare, Al Esports, Burn Knuckles, and Soul Society. It is going to be their first 6 games in week 2, so maybe they might not be as active as what we see from the Group B teams, but I do expect to see a lot from Dead Point, as they were a team to reckon with yesterday. They were shutting down PDX on multiple maps. That was absolutely insane. Is this spelling trouble for Paradox in the coming finals? Looking at today's game schedule, it will be a 6-map split as always, starting off on Bermuda, the oldest map on the game, heading off to the desert lands of Kalahari, onto the first future city of Nextera, to the wildlands of Purgatory, and the new future city of Solara. The 6th map will be a randomized map, so we do not know which map we will visit a second time for today. But Zorro, what do you think the gameplay coming in from Dead Point has to say for where Paradox stands? Because Deadpoint found a way to shut down Paradox quite early on multiple maps. So it's not the first time might have been a fluke, but the second time shows that they've learned something about Paradox that other teams are not seeing yet. What do you think about that?
I think that's really phenomenal, man, to see a team actually break through a fortress, a fortress, because that's what I like to call Paradox, because they work like a world old machine. They've built their defense system and offense system brick by brick. So breaking through a fortress like that is no easy task. So yeah, it says a lot about a team like Deadpoint Esports team, and they've managed to, as I've mentioned before, break through a team. But what I really want to see is how they fare against Underground Esports team, because just as Deadpoint Esports team did last week, just as Deadpoint Esports team did yesterday, Underground Esports team also gave Paradox a run for their money last week. So I really want to know how these two teams fare against each other, man. Would one of them, come out on top? That's what I really want to find out. But I want to know which team is stronger. Will it be Deadpoint? Will it be Underground Esports team? Because I believe, if you ask me, yeah, Underground Esports team gave Paradox a longer run for their money than Deadpoint did yesterday. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Deadpoint did very, very phenomenal. They performed very, very well yesterday, man. I believe, as you mentioned, they just had them running for over 2 matches, but Underground Esports team did that for over 3 matches last week, man. So I want to see which team comes out actually stronger amongst these two teams. As you've mentioned before, today's gonna be the last day of the week two, the last day of the knockout stage in general for the Group B esports team. So
For Group
I want to
B.
see them, yeah, I know, for Group B team. So I want to see them pull out all the stops, man. I want to see them use all of their trump cards in today's games, man, as they cannot afford to, hold back any further. Deadpoint Esports team have managed to make a miraculous run from yesterday's games, man, as they now ranked sixth in the overall leaderboard, which is absolutely crazy, man. I believe last week they were in the bottom 12, but now they've managed to find a way into that bottom first six, man, which is absolutely impressive, if you ask me. Berserk Generation will be looking to perform better when they eventually come in play tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion about today's games, man. I just want to see lots of actions coming in from Underground Esports team and Deadpoint. I believe Vent Esports team do. But I believe you were here yesterday, right? Where Vent Esports team put on an absolutely cinematic show for us, man. Where Abib was in that final save zone against Nea and Jogo. Where he actually showed us his 1000
Yeah.
IQ. Isn't that really crazy?
It was absolutely insane. Habib just played the patience game and ended up farming 2 kills off Nemjogo. Wasn't able to clutch the win, but he was still able to get two more KP for his team. What you should be getting is your diamonds at Shop 2 Game, because that is Garena's official top-up site, and it does give you a 10% bonus on every top-up. So you do get a discount and you do get more diamonds. So it's literally more for your money. Do go check that out, as we will be bridging to the first game fairly soon. But just like you said, I do want to see Underground Esports did give Paradox a run for their money, but not in the sense that Deadpoint did. I feel like Deadpoint was more of a threat to Paradox yesterday, because we saw on multiple maps that on the first map we saw Deadpoint send Paradox back to the lobby as First Blood. No one expected to see that coming. And the second time we saw them on Solara, we saw Deadpoint almost send Paradox back to the lobby again. They had Ledex be the one playing Revival, and that's usually Sneaky's job. So they found a way to shut down the anchor early and almost the whole team. Underground Esports is a team to be fair, because all the way from Cabo Verde, they are doing a lot of damage. They go almost pound for pound with Paradox when it comes to eliminations. I think they're tied with them for the single map highest kills. Both teams tied at 32 eliminations from a single map. So that is absolutely phenomenal. So where Underground Esports gives Paradox a run for their money in terms of pound for pound, bullet for bullet, Deadpoint gives them a run for their money, as in we can deny you points if we kill you early. Because
True.
I think the lowest we've seen Paradox leave a lobby with in points wise was 7 eliminations when Deadpoint shut them down.
Yeah. Which is absolutely crazy, man. So as you've mentioned, man, one team has managed to, overpower them elimination wise, and one team has managed to find a way to just reduce the amount of points that Paradox can actually gain per lobby. Both teams are eminent threat to Paradox Esports team. Hopefully when they come into tomorrow's game, they would have cooked up a strategy to defeat those teams. But maybe they've not, maybe when they eventually come and play tomorrow, maybe they will still be the same Paradox that has not found a way to crack through the strategy that Deadpoint Esports team and Underground Esports team has cooked up against them. We should be be heading straight into the first game right about now, which means the party is about to get started. We're about to see some really cool stuff coming in from these teams, man. Unlike last week, when we actually saw Group B actually go up against Group C, I'm hoping today's Group B versus C will be way more intense, man. Because last week it was really salty. We didn't see as much fight as we would have loved to. So I believe since today is actually the last day for the Group B teams, I believe today should be way more intense, man. I want to see events really step up, man. I know I've been emphasizing on them, and that's just because of the type of performance that they actually put out for us yesterday. So hopefully they bring out all their trump cards. Hopefully Hydra is starting today too, because I noticed yesterday they didn't really start Hydra, and it just sort of gave them a slow start. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the other players that they actually had in play were not playing as well as they should have been, but I'm saying with Hydra on the team, they definitely played a whole lot better. But that's just my opinion. First map is already underway. The question on my mind in particular is which team goes home with this map. Will it be Dead Points or will it be Underground Esports team? Those are my two favorites to actually go home with the victory, because these two teams have proven to us on multiple occasions that they are on par with Paradox Esports team. And usually when we see Paradox Esports team in the lobby, we usually have them as our favorites to go home with that victory. Early contact here between Vent Esports team and Underground Esports team. How does this play out, Dino?
It looks like Underground Esports will lose 1 and a second. Cabo Verde versus Nigeria off drop was absolutely phenomenal. But Habib will be down and eliminated as well. Underground will lose 2. They will lose a third. If they keep this up, they might just be getting eliminated. But they did manage to bag 2 KP coming from the Vent Esports team. Almost get a third. The Angolan team, Dead Point, are also down by 2 players. They were doing pretty good in the more difficult lobbies yesterday. Are they prepared for today's games? Do they bring the same energy that they did last time, or will they be getting eliminated? Because we didn't see them start off this slow in yesterday's game. Yesterday's game, they came in pretty aggressive off rip, and that is exactly what we love to see coming from a team like this, especially since it's a newer team. We do want to see you bring the aggression every single time, as the older teams will always come in super aggressive and super ready to end your chances and end your dreams of competing professionally. But Dead Points will make it out of here. Underground will get a revive. Vent Esports will get a revive. 27 players in this first matchup. So already, I'm getting FOMO. I think I should go spin for it. But to go spin for it, I need to go to Shop 2 Game, and Shop 2 Game is where you get the best diamonds at the best rates. So please do go check that out. Soul Society currently in a battle here, taking a lot of damage. They might be getting an elimination here. Vent Esports will be having Habib knocked. Unfortunate for him. Underground are waiting and lurking on top of the building at Catalistiwa if they can get an elimination on Vent, but it's just Neutral. Neutral is a dangerous player, as last week he was one of the top 5 MVPs in the whole lobby. Can they afford to play this risky against a player like Neutral? Because Neutral, just like Timmy, Neutral is a player that can delete a full squad. Both teams have farmed for eliminations off of each other, because we've yet to see them fight any other team. Zord, do you think Vent is going to be able to come out on top of this fight, or does Underground take this one?
I believe we've already seen a head-to-head happen between Vent and Underground, where Vent actually, came out on the positive side of that battle. So maybe this time around, Underground Esports team will actually try to turn the tides on its head. We'll find out. Serap with that elimination. IL Esports will get him very active here, man, as they rack in those eliminations. Timmy giving Neutral a run for his money there. Neutral does have the height advantage, but it just does not have the weapon that can get the job done. Serif comes in, makes sure to secure the deal. Is this the end for Vent Esports team? That's the question here, man. Neutral with the knock with the M1 IO7. It seems Underground Esports team have managed to overpower Vent. If you ask me to count scores for you, I'll tell you scores is currently 1-1 between Underground Esports team and Vent Esports team, because we saw Vent give Underground Esports team a run for their money, and now later on we're seeing the same thing, a different thing happen in pretty much the same spots at the Revival Sport location, where Underground Esports team actually managed to overpower Vent Esports team. So yeah, right now scores is 1-1 between these two teams. A battle also seems to be emerging here between Syndicate and Luminosity. How does this end?
Syndicates going up against Luminosity. Syndicates is a team that is struggling to get into the top 12 to make it to the finals, and today might just be the last day. It is actually the last day for them to compete. So if they cannot close the deal today, it will just be curtains for them, and this will be the end of their journey. But they can always compete next year. As he gets in, Rio will get a knock and confirmation on Salman. Do they get Luminosity out the game early? They are doing their best to do that. Soul Society is currently down to a single player. It's not looking very good for him here. He might just be getting eliminated. N6H will be going out.
Wow.
And he is the first team. They are the first team to be getting eliminated. Senzo will be landing the final blow to get us started on eliminations today. Ripper is the last man standing for his team. It is rather unfortunate for him because if they catch him now, it's GG's for him. But Elite Hunters will be having a very rough start again as Hacker goes down. Moto Vea is the last man standing for his team. IL Esports will be picking up their 4th elimination in this matchup, playing a zone battle, which is a rather unprecedented playstyle in this store. It's a rather unprecedented and risky playstyle. We've yet to see a team actually make it work because we have teams that they rotate the edge of the ring, but they don't usually stay inside. So a team that plays inside the zone is at a greater disadvantage than a team that's sitting at the edge. Both teams have a disadvantage, but the in-zone team does have a bigger disadvantage. Work, especially at this level of play, or will they be getting eliminated? Vet Esports starting. Do you think they will be a top contending team today, Zoro?
Without a doubt, man. We've seen Venti Sports Team put out some of their highest numbers in the Bermuda map, but around esports. So it might be a bit trickier for them to actually grab that Booyah. But hey, as I would always advise and how to live a game. But you know, earlier on you were talking about eliminations. Speaking of more of this type of aggression coming in from IL Esports, especially, man. We've not really seen them get involved in battles. Speaking of battles, how those Necro Venoms.
Necro Venoms will be going with a knock, and Vent Esports get eliminated. They will be ending the event rather early. Unfortunate for them here, but it's just the way of what we saw them do yesterday, where they had a very terrible time in the games. They did manage to be a top 6 team to close out the day, but they were the weakest top 6 team when it came to placement metrics. They were struggling to stay up there. They'll be getting eliminated as well, but they are Senzo running through the IL Esports single-handedly. He has 3. He will be getting a triple kill if he's unfortunate for him here. His teammates not there, and IL Esports will be getting a revive on the full squad. Very, very unlucky for Senzo there. But this is now your new kill leaders with 7 eliminations on the board for themselves. Underground Esports are sitting with 6 and going up against Elite Hunters. Elite Hunters in the grand finals, but they've yet to prove that they are worthy of staying in, as we've yet to see them have a game where they are just a dominating presence. Usually, the last time we saw them have a good game, it was, I believe, in the second day of last week as well, when on the last map Solara was where we finally saw them prove that they were a team that did beat 100+ teams to get to the top 18 stage of the tournament. But regularly we do not see them. It looks like they are a bronze player in a grandmaster lobby. They tend to get bullied by every other team that we've seen them. So that point step up, not just against other teams, but against the strongest team in the region right now. And they did do pretty good for themselves. Do you think
they don't really have a lot of chances left for themselves? I can't lie to you, man. They are currently ranked in bottom 3 in the overall standings, man. And today is another opportunity for them. But if they don't take charge today, if they don't really pull out crazy figures, they need those 20 kill pumps to start, man. I'm sorry to say, it's just gonna be the end of the road for them. Same thing applies to teams like Soul Society and I believe what's the name of this squad also in that bottom third. I can't remember. 3 teams that are in the bottom third of the overall leaderboard. All of these teams are playing today, and for 2 out of teams, today is their final chances. So hopefully for those teams, they are able to rack in the numbers that they need, man. As I've mentioned before, if they cannot rack in those numbers, they will most definitely get sent back to the lobby. Also, Soloflare Esports team is a team that we are looking forward to seeing at the grand finals, but they've not really been at it. I can't lie, they've been really, really salty so far. In the last 12 games that they've played, they are yet to, really keep us at the edge of our seats as they usually do, man. So the esports team has been termed and tagged as best teams in the entire region. So seeing them really play this type of matches has been really, really shocking to us and unexpected, to be honest. To say about it, because we're a bit scared that no, we're a bit, should I say scared, but we're a bit skeptical about it. But today's games will definitely give us a better view on just how well and how much Solofre is ready to give into the entire tournament. We see Ragnar here looking to lead the press here for SLF. How does this play out for them, Zeno?
SLF will be picking up their third elimination, going up against Dead Points. I don't really see what their plan is here, because syndicates are coming in for a third party. That explains a lot more about what they will be getting. A double knock on these syndicates, but zero eliminations come from that, just to send a clear message that they are still top contending team. Like you said earlier, the first week we didn't really see much from Solar Flare, because they are a team that is known to be aggressive, and they have the ability to go pound for pound with the top teams, but they had a very lackluster start last week. They are still in the bottom, in the relegation part of the leaderboard. If they have a terrible week this week, it is not for them, and I do genuinely want to see them in the finals, as they will be. I also want to see a new team in the final, like a team like IL Esports. I don't think IL Esports is a relative, but I'd still love to see them in the finals as well, as they are a team that is proving to be strong in their own right as well. But Nexus Venoms will be up to 6 eliminations, and today might just be the last day for them, having a better start than they did last week with 6 eliminations in the third zone, of the mindset that they are coming into today's games with, and genuinely a solid performance off rip. But it's going to be rather difficult for them starting off, and they usually start off very slow. But Killua will be going down for a long flank. He gets a knock from the back. His teammates will be trying to pincer, and Captain Leo is down for Luminosity. Killua is just offline, is sending them offline. He's making a play for his team. Luminosity will be getting eliminated, as we're not ready. We're envious. They weren't ready for that, actually. Luminosity what just happened? That those amount of knock, because Luminosity did not react to him one bit.
Exactly, man. Even his teammates were not ready for that heat, man. Bro was telling your opponents that you don't want that smoke, and he really did. In fact, and from behind with the double sniper, it's really impressive as usual to see that we have this calibers of time. Every time you want to count out our snipers like this just show up and tell you that there are crazy amount of snipers that can get the job done in the SSA server, man. And from the looks of things here, we see this sort of like esports team look raised to hunt here, man. They seem to be on Timor, but from the looks of things, they just don't have their eyes set on anybody just yet, man. Syndicates are gonna be getting impressed by the zone a bit here. Nice, because they have 32 players in the team. As expected, it's stopping the elimination a little bit. I know as a bias coming in from my side, but trust me, man, I sort of expected them to dominate, man. They were going toe-to-toe with PDX. With PDX, so I just high-key expected them to actually pull out crazy numbers here. What I did not expect though is Dead Point Esports team just having no kills in this particular map, and are now down to their last man. ELT also struggling big time here, man. Two eliminations for them, and only their last man left competing in the first map. The final ring is getting closer and closer, and the players are just getting engaged. Yeah, IO Esports team doesn't even coming in from Syndicate. How does this play out? Lorema shots coming in from behind and in front of him, and Necro Venom still will be looking to take all the spoils.
Necro Venom's taking 13 eliminations is a fairly solid start from them. I do love to see the development from yesterday's games, because yesterday's games, they were up in the Paradox lobby, in the Group A lobbies, and Group A is the most stacked lobby. You have to go up against Paradox and them Jogo in the same day. Underground Esports are the most dominating team in Group B, but FNS is also a pretty strong team. Solar Flare is also a strong team, but they didn't really start off early. And speaking of Solar Flare, they will have Gun Prime on his knees. Luxin will be going down from a third party. Seraph will be going down from a third party as well, but no finals have been confirmed just yet. Solar Flame managed to make it out. Nexus Venoms are not taking it lightly with anyone in this lobby. They have one man down, but offline will be getting eliminated. It looks like he was caught on the flank this time and will be getting punished heavily for it. It was a risky play. He did it against Luminosity and it paid out. But against a team that is stronger than Luminosity like Solar Flare, it is not going to work as easy. You need to catch them at a better spot, not mid-rotation. Because Solar Flare, one thing that I do like about their gameplay is that they rotate as a unit. They never leave any man behind. Yes, they could, when they're making plays, they could definitely leave their sniper to go find an off angle, but on the rotation, they move as a well-oiled machine, taking nades up against the FNS, unable to land a single knock there. Moto Vea is the last man standing for the Elite Hunters with 2 eliminations on the board. Will the Elite Hunters, unfortunately, they get eliminated by the Underground Esports, who catches him on a very terrible rotate. IL Esports gets shut down as well. This is a very dangerous final zone as we have 50% of the lobby left in the 5th zone for today. The zone is going to do a lot more damage than the players that are currently alive. Solar Flare will keep their players up in active. Burn Knuckles are down to just fluff. Syndicate might just be getting eliminated as they go up against FNS. Senzo gets knocked and eliminated, putting them up to 11. Stay in the zone. He takes a zone battle and he will be getting eliminated. Like I said, the zone did 46 of damage there as it is zone 6. You cannot afford to take a risky zone rotation. We saw them Jogo pay for it yesterday, and we just saw the Syndicate pay a similar price. But Underground Esports up to 14 eliminations. 2 teams up to 14 eliminations in this 6th zone. Actually, the 7th zone is pulling all the teams and forcing a new rotation. Nexus Venoms now have to give up their spots. Do they get eliminated in the midst of this rotation? It might just be the case, as that is usually what goes on in this situation. We have a team like Underground Esports holding on to the bottom and Solar Flare right behind them, just waiting to see who has to leave first. But they're trying to get a push in, but could this be the play? Is this what they need? It is exactly what they need.
Yes, sir.
As a wall breaker goes down and sends the Underground Esports back to the lobby. It is now between Burn Knuckles, Solar Flare, and the Nexus Venoms. FNS are taking time just waiting and watching. Solar Flare have come in and reminding us that they are still a top contending team. They are coming in very... Nexus Venoms are now at a massive disadvantage as they do not have the zone and they know exactly where the Solar Flare squad is. Solar Flare are the team controlling the most zone real estate now. Can Nexus Venoms get in with their 2 players to go up against the 4 coming in from Solar Flare? Solar Flare is the only squad with a full stack in this game. Who comes out with the victory as FNS is trying their hardest to get their throwables in? They're not in deep. Another team will be getting set out. Gun Prime with that wall melter has sent multiple teams back to the lobby. FNS are now rotating in towards the garage. Do they get in though? The garage is going to be the midpoint, so whichever team can control a reasonable path to the garage is going to get that win there. But we see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 landmines at the entrance. Solar Flare will be getting a knock. Unfortunate for the FNS squad. They might just be losing this matchup. Their Gun Prime will be up against Lakin here. He has backup. FNS lose Tai Long. Solar Flare are dissecting. They are dismantling FNS and they will be leaving with a map 1 victory. Booyah for the Solar Flare.
Wow, man, what a statement from Solar Flare Esports team, man. They took charge in that final safe zone battle between them and the Necro Venoms, and they more than delivered. They more than delivered, man. You know, earlier on we were talking about how Solar Flare has been really subtle, and it gives me joy to see them actually step out and just go out of their comfort zone and give us the type of results that we know Solar Flare Esports team for. What I did not see coming was Dead Point Esports team not actually rising to the occasion. Hopefully they rise up to the occasion in the next map, man. They have to, man. They have to go back to the drawing board. They have to ginger themselves. But I think that's gonna be the job of their captain, because we know Dead Point to be an esports team that can actually go on par with a team like Paradox. So why can't they go toe to toe with the other teams here, man? Teams that Paradox easily dominate, man. So I think it's a question of mindset right now, man. They have to just get their head straight and actually look in the next coming games. But boy, oh boy, did Underground Esports team actually deliver, man. I believe they had over 14 eliminations on door before getting eliminated, man. A beautiful, splendid run they were on. They could have finished a bit better. They could have ranked a bit higher, maybe made their way into that top 3, but still, it's not a bad map, not a bad start on any account if you ask me, man. Beautiful stuff once again coming in from SLF. Venti Sports team did struggle to stay alive in, you know, when the safe zone actually just started pressing everybody in. After that 6th zone, it was just really tricky for players to rotate, man. Catalysto are really going live and up if you ask me, man. That safe zone had everybody. Safe zone had everybody rotated in, man. Safe zone had everybody rotated, man. I was really had the edge of my seat there, but kudos to Necro Venoms, man, holding out there, making sure that they actually ripped from all angles when the same zone, just sort of kept the gifts coming, man. They had players coming in from right, they had players coming in from left, but they were in the center, had real estate, made sure to make great usage of their cover, and they made sure to keep their eliminations coming. So I think they're gonna be really, really happy with that performance and result. And if you ask me, the so-called rivalry that was trying to start between Dead Points and Underground Esports team is not really going too well for Dead Points, man. They have to come out stronger in the next map for sure. But so far, 1-0 between Underground Esports team and Dead Points. One to Underground, one to Dead Points. Do you have any notes on the first map we just finished, man?
It doesn't look like there will be notes from me today, as you are the analyst for today's game. So it is going to be back to the second game shortly. We will be sending you to the highlights as the teams get ready to go into the map 2 for today.
No highlights for now. We don't want to give you a what an end to that
And
first
we
map.
are back in what an end indeed. Solar Flare will be taking the first win for today, which is a lot better than what they did last week. It looks like they might have listened to when I said they're not a team. They didn't come in with the fire and they're trying to prove their point. And they do genuinely need to make it to a safer spot than where they are on the leaderboard right now. But they still have 6 more games tomorrow. So maybe, just maybe, they will be doing better in tomorrow's games. But what do you think the mindset is for a team like Dead Points going into the second game?
I think they're just trying to not lose the fire that they kept burning yesterday. So yeah, coming into today's games, I believe their mind should be set on one thing, man, racking up those points, be it on eliminations or be it on placements, man. They have to rack in those points, man. And yeah, they are definitely being given a run for their money by other teams like Underground Esports Team and SLF, but they just have to find a way to make it work. They have to find a way to kickstart that engine, man. We should be giving you guys the leaderboard right about now so you guys can have a look at the results from the first map.
The first map will be going to Solar Flare. We're leaving with a whopping 13 eliminations and 25 points total. And in second place is FNS, who are 2 points behind with 23 points. In third place, we have Necro Venoms, who are in third with 22 points. In fourth, we have Underground Kings with 20 points. Burn Knuckles will be in fifth with 15 eliminations. And in sixth, we have IL Esports with 13 eliminations. Dead Points only managed to leave that game with points. And those 2 points came in from just placement. Then left with, which came in from a total of just eliminations. I think they were one of the first teams to be getting eliminated. Can they actually do better in today's games? Yesterday we saw them struggling with placements, and it looks like today they might be going through the same struggle as well. They're not a team that is lacking when it comes to killing and getting those eliminations, but we see them struggle more in terms of placement now. Zoro, do you think Vent is going to be able to adapt, as this is the last 5 maps they get to play to decide their fate, if they're making it to the finals or if they will be shy of getting to that grand stage?
They couldn't have needed those placement points at a better time, man. Because this is Venti Sports Team, and one thing we do know about Venti Sports Team is that they know how to shine, most especially in Kalahari, man. They know how to make use of that real estate. So it couldn't have happened to them at a better time than now, man. I believe Venti Sports Team will be able to make up for those placement points without a doubt coming into Kalahari map. They might even shock us and give us a booyah. But yeah, I'm still high key looking forward to that matchup. I hope we get a 4 versus 4 situation, between Dead Point Esports Team and Underground Esports Team. And I really want to see how these two teams fare against each other. But overall, from the looks of things, it seems Underground Esports Team is actually stronger, man. They are currently, ranked in that first 6 in the overall leaderboard, I believe. Unlike Dead Point Esports Team, who is currently last on the other side of the leaderboard. So, yeah, both teams do seem to have a lot of maps to actually prove themselves. But right now, right here, Underground Team Esports Team seems to be having the time of their life. Now, my advice to yet another esports team, sort of the esports team cannot afford to slow down here. Now, they have to keep the fire burning. They have to keep going. They need to play way better than they did in that last one, because they're gonna need way more effort if they want to come out on top in this next game. Ragnar, Feroz, and those two are my favorite from the squad. I want to see them actually step up. I don't think they really started baby spams in a lot of their matches, man. I want to see baby to play for them. I don't see sort of the esports team make usage of all their trump cards here, because they cannot afford to be holding out, especially now that they are in first. It's easy to get to the top here, but it's really hard to maintain it. So hopefully sort of the esports team is able to maintain the lead. We should be going straight into the Kalahari map very soon, and I'm expecting lots and lots of eliminations from Kalahari map. Which location do you think is gonna be the hot drop? Do you think it's gonna be Refinery, or do you think it's gonna be Shrine?
We do get a lot of early battles at Shrine, but I do believe we should be seeing more fights at Council Hall, because a lot of the teams have
Oh,
opted to start landing towards the Council Hall as well. And the captain post, I believe, that one military base, I think that is also going to give us a very good hot drop. I noticed I did say Refinery, because most of the teams will rather not land in the center of the zone. They play towards it, but they wouldn't usually land at the center of the zone, as you tend to get eliminated a lot quicker if you take very risky plays like that. And we can't afford to have a team like Vent, who are currently at 10th in the lobby right now. to get there and get eliminated early. Although the strategy they had going against Underground Esports, Underground Kings early to try get them off the map in Bermuda did almost play out well for them. They just need to refine it a little bit more, a little bit better, and see if they can do well on this map. And statistically, this is their best map to perform. Will they be able to outshine everyone else, or will Underground Esports and Solo Flare Underground Esports and Solo Flare with NVS as well overpowered them, because those teams are the only teams that went double digits in the first matchup. So Kalahari is going to be a rather interesting map for us to see how the players where their minds are getting into the second map for today. And it is a 6-game split. It is a 6-game split. But speaking of a 6-game split, Elite Esports, I think this should be their last 6 games. So they have just 5 maps. Do you think Elite Esports are going to be able to get into the top 12, or should they just end their dreams now?
As commentators, we can never really advise them to, give up and stop trying. But as of right now, man, statistics don't lie. The probability, it doesn't, all in all, it doesn't look too good for Eli Hunters, man. Unless they have plans of dropping consistent, minimum 17 eliminations, racking top 3 in each maps, it doesn't seem likely that they're going to be making their way into that top 12 for that grand finals. Also, I was expecting a whole lot more fire from the Group B teams in today's games, but surprisingly, the Group C teams have actually, blown the roof out, man. They managed to take charge of the matchup between them and the Group B teams, even though today is not their last day. Really good stuff, man. No better time than the present for them to shine, and that's exactly what they are doing. Speaking of shining, if you know you want your character to shine, if you know you want your character to be drippy, if you know what I mean, you should head over to Shop to Game, grab your diamonds, and spin for that bundle, son. I believe the diamonds, if you tumble from Shop to Games here, they are not only cheaper, you also get 10% bonus if this is not your first time. If it's your first time, you should be getting 100% bonus. But if it's your multiple, if it's like your second time, third time, which means you are not new to Shop to Game, you should be getting 10% bonus. So why not head over to Shop to Game? It's safe, secure, fast. Speaking of fast, FNS Esports team looks to be racking those eliminations quickly. Barely 50 seconds into the matchup, and they already have eliminations. Man, IS Esports also tailing them from behind it with 1 elimination also to their name. Dead Point Esports team do have company. Event Esports team inside, FNS also inside. These 3 esports teams are not to be joked with. Back shots coming. Who takes charge here?
It looks like Vent Esports will not be taking charge as they lose 1, 2, 3 and almost get the full squad wiped. Habib will be playing the role of anchor today as he is the last man standing for his team. It's a minute into the game and 12 teams remaining, but it is 40 players left. 8 players have been eliminated, but no team has gone out just yet. It is still anyone's game. It is still everyone fighting strong. Just like I said earlier, Vent Esports are at a massive disadvantage because they are a team that gets good eliminations. Getting killed is not an issue for them. It's making the rotations that has been the fall for Vent as of recent.
Oh boy.
And that was usually not the case. But Tai Tung is on his knees and his teammates will trade the man that knocked him with a knock and a confirmation. Unfortunate for Dead Point, they are not having a good game. They only left with the 2 points in the first match, and those 2 points came in from just placements. Are they going to be getting eliminated rather early again? Because you do not want to be a team that was just... We at the start of the stream, we did say we expect to see a lot from them because they were giving our reigning champion a run for their money yesterday. They definitely intensified the training that Paradox Esports will have to revisit. But now they're playing a very, very different performance. It's not creative. It's not entertaining. We want to see the Dead Point that came in yesterday to shake the whole lobby. We want to see the Dead Point that did just that. But speaking of a team that shakes the lobby, Underground Esports are now going for Vent. And they might just be able to get that elimination on Vent, as Vent is at a disadvantage because they just came in. They do not have enough loot just yet. Underground will be going up against FNS as well. Tai Tung will be getting knocked and confirmed very easily by Luxin. Unfortunate for them there. But now they do know that FNS is in the vicinity. They do have the preparation. They just let Vents go and focus solely on the FNS squad as they will be sending Lakin to his knees and back to spectate. Unfortunate for him. Zora, do you think it's going to be Underground Esports taking FNS out, or does Vents capitalize on the
Oh
2v2,
boy.
3v2 to send half of Underground back to the lobby?
Bro, I am more than here for the rivalry between Underground Esports team and Vents, man. From the looks of things, they both seem to share the same rotating style. So on more than one occasion, we see them actually just how do I say this, eat each other on the road, man. On more than one occasion, we've seen them go head to head. On more than one occasion, we've seen them actually clash off against each other. Right now, I'm keeping scores, boy. If they are not keeping scores, I'm gonna keep it for them, man. Scores is currently 2-1. Vents has found a way to actually take charge of this so-called rivalry between them and Underground Esports team. And boy, oh boy, I am here for it, man. And the people in the chat are also saying that Underground Esports team has a lot to prove today, man. Even though today is not their last day, they do need to rack in those points if they want to give Paradox Esports team a run for their money on that overall leaderboard too. Underground Esports team right now will be looking to get that revive on their teammates. They seem to be losing players on more than one occasion. Yeah, anytime they come in contact with either Vent or FNS, they just seem to keep losing players, man. And FNS is here for a rip, bro. They have been farming those eliminations on Underground Esports team's head, man. 6 elimination has been farmed now. Senzo comes in close contact, bad move sword as Lukizid makes him pay a hefty price for even thinking, for even having it in his mind that he can eliminate them, man. He paid a hefty price for that decision. Yeah, until we get a revive on a lot of their players. So far, only one squad has been sent back to lobby. 11 squads still in this. Everybody fighting for one thing, that ultimate reward, which is the Booyah, man. Who comes out on top? Stay tuned to find out. FNS was thinking still losing players. What's your thought on this little rivalry, on this little three-way we are getting here between Underground Esports team, FNS, and Venti Sports team?
Underground Esports, Vents, and FNS seem to be a very insane three-way, but Vents might just be the weakest team as of what we've seen in today's games. Vents is from yesterday. We only saw them place really high in one game, and that was the last map that they played. It is going to be rather difficult for them if they carry the same level of playstyle into today's games, especially against a team like FNS and Underground, who are proving to be not just good placers but also very high kill teams. It is fairly, I don't even know what to say about Vent right now, but forget about Vent for now. Let's look at Luminosity. They will lose a player going up against IL Esports, but they are up to 5 eliminations on the board. It is an interesting matchup for them as Ripper is a solo pushing straight in. What is this ego? Talking holy ego, child. He goes in alone. Does he get the revive? He better get that revive because this is a very high risk play. He does go in, gets a res, but it might just be wasted. Never mind.
What was
Not
that,
risk
man?
Ferrari, and he got that Ferrari. My goodness,
Bro put off a
he
crazy
dressed like a
upset
criminal,
there,
the
man.
golden criminal. Insane fun. What? Wow.
Bro left Zeno stone.
Because that is definitely going on TikTok. No, because
Bro.
I genuinely was about to say he might have gotten the revive, but his team is still going to be staggered. And he just says, Zeno, what are you saying? I will delete these 2 players, no diff. But speaking of no diffing, Rio will be getting eliminated as Nexus Venom will be picking up another elimination to put them up to 6 eliminations on the board. Vet Esports are a team we are just slowly going to be spectating as commentators because they are up to 6 eliminations in this lobby. They are picking up themselves, and they, just like you said, they are starting Hydra. Going up against Solo Flare, 2 Nigerian teams against each other right now. 2 top Nigerian teams against each other right now. What team do you think comes out on top of this battle, Zoro?
From the looks of things, it might be Solo Flare, man. They did get the Booyah in their last map, and they seem to be fired up, man. I don't think they have any plans of actually slowing down anytime soon, though. Shots, though. Bang, bang in favor of Habib, man. I love seeing Habib anytime he's on that sniper, man. He knows how to get the job done with the gun, man. We saw it happen yesterday where he almost destroyed the entire Society of, I believe, was it Necrovenoms or near them Jogo? Yeah, it was near them Jogo in that final stage in Bermuda, man. Habib is one of the most lethal snipers in the entire server, and he will show you that anytime we spec him. And so for esports team have got to be really cautious here, going up a team that has a sniper of his caliber on their side. So for Soloflare esports team has only lost a player since his Garena elimination against ELT. So ELT is really struggling to make their way out of that bottom three in the overall leaderboard. Bench versus Soloflare here. Supreme and his teammate charging. Supreme takes the spores. I think his teammates are not going to be too mad about that, since everybody gets the point at the end of the day, man. But really great stuff coming in from Vent here as they manage to overpower Soloflare, who seem to mean business here as they walked over with the Booyah in the last map. Venti sporting players might be heading over to that vending machine. They want to grab that resource. They want to stack up on that resource, man. Speaking of resources, did you know that tactical market is the most used loadout by a lot of these squads? Ask me why, Zeno. Ask me why.
Zoro.
It's because it gives them access to more resources, man. It gives them access to an extra active skill, and it gives them access to landmines, to launch pads, and that boot maker that they love to use. Support team has not been off to a great start. Last map they got eliminated first. This map they also got eliminated first. It does not look good. This is not, you know, the type of tempo, the type of reading we expected them to be dancing to coming into today's game. But I guess that's how the cookie crumbles for them. I believe they just have to keep going back to that drawing board. I believe they might have gotten a bit overconfident, if I might say, man, because yesterday they were sort of eliminating and just turning the Garena. Now today they are nowhere to be found, man. This is a result of overconfidence, if you ask me. They have to, you know, sit themselves down, actually calm themselves down, evaluate their strengths and weaknesses before they engage yet another squad in the next coming matches. Soloflare esports team in contact with ELT, who takes this. Soloflare esports team will be taking it, boy oh boy. LA Hunters once again have been sent back to the lobby, man. Still are yet to find a foothold. A couple of matches that they have played today, man, not looking good for them. Their chances of making their way into that bottom three remain slim. Do you have any advice for a team like ELT?
ELT definitely needs to go to the drawing board and prep for the next tournament that Garena is going to bring to us, because it doesn't look like they will. Any advice I give them right now will make a change to their gameplay that will significant change for them to actually stay in the top 12. If they make it to the top 12, it is going to be a miracle. But let's take a look at Burn Knuckles, who are starting off a lot better than they did last week. They are giving us a much better performance. I'd love to see, but NVS Prime will be getting knocked early. Does he get eliminated though? Offline almost gets put down. We're going to get Soloflare caught in a very tough spot. They might be getting eliminated here. Soloflare will lose 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunate for them. They are down to a single player. Now, can Prime be picked up though? Prime, they do want to play just like what we see from Paradox, playing a game of heavy denial, forcing the players to not get even a single point off of them. But to do just that, it will be rather difficult. They go in with the invisibility there. Does he get in to get that revive? Offline will be making it, but the revive still goes up. NVS will deny that single point to the enemy team. Soloflare down to a single player. They are still in the area of the NVS squad. If NVS can spot that last man standing, it will be the end for Soloflare, who coming off a victory. It will be rather unfortunate for them to be getting eliminated this early. But Luminosity are having a better game than they did last time, going up against a team that shut them down early. Necro Venoms with 11 eliminations on the board. It is going to be rather poetic if Necro Venoms will be able to do it yet again. But they pick up their 12th elimination as they will be sending Supreme back to the lobby.
Bye.
Habib as well. Bye-bye Vent. Esports with 9 eliminations. They will be placing 10th. A lot better than what they did last time for placement points. But it is still not what they want to do as a team in their final 6 games that will decide if they make it to the finals or they get knocked out for 13th place, because it doesn't look like Vent Esports will be placing in the 15-16 region. It looks like they might just be getting put down to the 13th position, and that is not what we want to see coming from a statement team like Vent Esports. But Society will be getting sent back as well. A third of the lobby has been eliminated. Underground Esports and Luminosity will be up to double digits in this lobby. 13 eliminations to Luminosity and 11 to Underground Kings. Zoro, who do you think comes out on top of this matchup?
Luminosity versus who? Never mind, it's gonna be Syndicates versus Underground Esports team. I think Underground Esports team players might just be able to take home the victory in this minor battle, man. We've seen them win the war, so I don't think it's gonna be too impossible for them to actually just take home the victory at the battle here. And just as I say that, knock in favor of Underground Esports team already, man. This is what happens here when teams in the bottom three go up against teams in the top three, man. This is exactly what happens. Underground Esports team players are absolutely bullying Syndicates, man. Syndicates are forced to remain in the tent. They have nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide to, and Underground Esports team are just waiting for Safe Zone to do his job and actually press the Syndicate players towards them, man. But from the looks of things, Underground Esports team might be able to take all the sports. FNS gets eliminated simultaneously here by Luminosity Esports team players, man. Somebody in the comment section was actually comparing Luminosity with a team from Brazilian, from the Brazilian server. It's really crazy to see how fast these teams actually grow in a matter of short time. Underground Sports team versus Syndicates here. Midgate with that Mark 7, the most used weapon in the entire tournament. And neutral presses forward. Serin gets the knockdown. Boom, boom in favor of Underground, man. Multiple eliminations as Syndicates crumble here against the might of the undefeated Underground Sports team, if you ask me, man. Because so far, so good for them. They didn't get a Booyah in the last map, but they are definitely a team that has been cooking up an amazing dish for us today. Underground will be listening to play here. How does this play out as they look to rotate into the final saves? And that is the question on everybody's mind. MVS just need a single shot to eliminate Feroz, and the man is really low on HP. Doesn't seem to have a med kit, man. He's in a situation that I don't pray even my enemy finds himself in. But I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles for him, man. Lots of these teams being forced to make their way into the final save zone, into that final save zone, into that final circle, all thanks to save zone, man. I think it's about to get really crazy here. Trust me, man. Saying over 7 teams or 7 teams make their way into that final save zone, into the small circle, would be really, really disastrous and chaotic. Let's see how this plays out. Burnakers versus Underground Esports team. Dribbles in favor of Underground from what we can see here. Burnakers actually down to 3, man. Underground Esports team, from the looks of things, do have the entire squad in this top 4 now. 3 squads being sent back to the lobby. Who takes this home, Zeno?
Feruzan will be getting eliminated, sending Solo Flare back to the lobby. Like you said earlier, it is 4 squads, and Luminosity seem to have the better teams in this game, as they have been holding on to the kill leader position for the entirety of this matchup with 15 eliminations. Underground Esports is tied as well, but Underground Esports have to worry about Luminosity. We've yet to see Luminosity play this aggressive since we've seen them in the tournament, and we love to see a team just surprise us in their first day, because this is their first day for their last 12 matches, and they are doing pretty good for themselves. The bolt maker will be going down.
Oh boy!
And it looks like there will be a lot of bolt makers going down in this final zone. The last zone is going to pull them towards the outside, so we have Underground Kings in a better spot, as their rotation to the zone is a lot shorter than what we have from a team like Luminosity and NVS. So they can, if they play this right, they should be able to gatekeep and send these 2 teams back to the lobby. And we have a team like Burn Knuckles in the background as well. They will be getting a knock on Luminosity, but unable to get that finish, doing a lot of damage and just bleeding the Luminosity team. Burn Knuckles have a better chance to get a quick rotate in. Toby will be going down and getting eliminated. Nexus Venoms will be struggling. Underground will be focusing on that gatekeep as Zero gets knocked. Zero gets eliminated. Underground up to 17. Prime gets knocked. Prime eliminated. Killua knocked. Killua might just be going out as well. NVS are falling apart, and it looks like they might just be getting gone. Offline is the last man standing for his team. First 20 kill for today's games to Underground Esports, as they are up to 21. Offline sent to the lobby there. Unfortunate for Flux. Warding does not know, but Warding is getting saved, as he will be sending. Offline will be getting sent back to the lobby. 22 eliminations to the Underground Esports team. It is Luminosity versus Underground in a 4v2 situation. Luminosity get overpowered, and Underground Esports will be taking a very beautiful booyah on the second map.
Oh boy, what a squad, man. Just as I called them undefeated, it shows exactly why they are uncontested, man. Really one-sided map there, as Underground Esports team pretty much ran through all of their opponents, man. Neutral and his teammate definitely had a blast in that map. Did you see them charging towards any squad with their Mark 7, man? They know how to use those Mark 7s, man. They know how to win, especially in short-range situations, man. They know how to use that Mark 7 really, really decisively, man. Great stuff coming in from the underground esports team players. Vent esports team, on the other hand, were unable to grab that Booyah as I was sort of predicting, which is sort of unlucky for me or them. I guess we'll find out when the leaderboard actually comes out, man. But Vent esports team do have to go back to that drawing board. I think they are forgetting that today is the last day for them, and if they want to really secure their slot in that top 12, they have to give it their all. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're gonna make it into that top 12 for sure, yeah. But I'm just saying, I know that Venti Sports team, if they actually go at it in full power, yeah, all systems go, they can most definitely do that. And that's exactly why I am sort of pushing for them to go at it, man. I'm pushing for them to actually show us what they are really made of. So Venti Sports team, go back to that drawing board, show us exactly what you are made of coming into the next map, man. Beautiful stuff coming in from SLF. Just couldn't make you rock out though at the end of the day, man. Unable to grab that Booyah that they desperately needed to continue that Booyah streak. They did win the first map, but Underground Esports team will be taking home the second map. Wait, how many kills,
24, I do believe, all the way from Cabo Verde. Underground Esports will be going
Damn.
again to set a very solid tone for today's game as we get our first 20 kill coming in from a team. And it's well deserved. It's honestly well deserved. But talk about luminosity, though. Luminosity were giving us quite a performance as they got eliminated rather early in the last game, but they came to make up very much for it in this game, placing second, I believe, as they racked up 16 or maybe 17 eliminations in this matchup. And I did not expect to see that from them, to be honest. I thought Luminosity was going to get shut down early, but we saw them go against Nexus Venoms. We did see Nexus Venoms give us a solid performance as well, bowing out with 11 eliminations as the final rotation was very unfortunate for them. They're holding on to the high ground. They should have rotated as soon as they saw the map about to pull, but they took a bit too long on that rotation, and that definitely sold them the game. But that's just my opinion for now. We will be right back shortly. Take a look at the highlights, then we get back to look at the leaderboard and see what the next map has in store for us.
Oof.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the FFWS Split Fall Edition. My goodness, it was quite a game we have seen. We are in the midpoint of today's games. Who is going to come out on top is still to be decided. The leaderboard has been updated. It will be showing very soon. But Zoro, what do you think the mindset is going to be heading into game three? Because game three is the midpoint of today's game. And since it's 6 games, game three and four are technically the most important, as this is now the highlights of today's games. So, what do you think the mindset is going for the teams going into the third game for today?
The thing is that the teams here, they are not all at the same point in time. For Group B teams, today is quite literally the final day of playing. And then for the Group C teams, they still have an opportunity. They still have chances tomorrow. So I think for the Group B teams in particular, yeah, this final 4 games left for them means everything to them. As you've said, the group match 3 actually will be marking, a midway point through the matches. So definitely coming into Group 3, they will be coming in with way more fire than the Group C teams, I imagine. But if the Group C teams can actually hold their grounds against the Group B teams here, I believe this is the perfect opportunity, man, for them to minimize the amount of points that the Group B teams can get here and just allow them to soar higher than the Group B teams, to be honest. Because if Group C teams can somehow, some way find a way to minimize the amount of points that Group B teams can get today, it's gonna really affect the Group B teams in the overall standing. And tomorrow, Group B teams will not even exist to stop Group C teams in the first place. Do you get me? So I feel like Group C teams are just have to go into demon time here and do everything in their power to stop Group B teams from racking in points, not just Booyah's points. They cannot afford to let Group B teams have any points at all. So shut down Vents, shut down Elite Hunters, shut down Society, shut down who else, man?
Elite Hunters.
Are you saying they already shut down?
Elite Hunters, they need to just start preparing for the next tournament that Garena is going to win. Because guys, remember, the more views we get on the stream, the more Garena brings even more tournaments, and the bigger the prize pool is going to get. So do not forget to share the stream, as we are trying to improve for everyone. The leaderboard is ready. We will be getting to that shortly. But just like you said, the Group C teams need to deny the Group B teams points, but the Group B teams need to step up. Again, just like you said, they need to step up to the plate. Vent Esports need to step up. We just saw them bow out with 9 eliminations for 10th place, leaving the match with only 11 points. And that brings them up to a total of 16 points in 2 games. That is not what we need from Vent right now. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see where everyone is before we head into the next matchup.
Let's see.
First game went to Solar Flare, and the second game will be going to Underground Kings, as Underground Kings will now be top of the leaderboard with 57 points. In second place is still Necro Venoms with 41. Solar Flare gets bumped down to third with 35 points. FNS will be fourth now with 33 points. Luminosity are moving up in this world with 29 points. Burn Knuckles are 1 point behind with 28 points. And Vent Esports are sitting in ninth. At least they went up by 1 with 15 points. Dead points are leaving yet another matchup with only 2 points. In 2 games played, they have just 2 points. But we will be heading to the next map now, which will be the beautiful Nextera. The players are ready. The players are warm. The players are active. Can we now actually see the Dead Point and Elite Hunters step up? Is Soul Society going to be able to turn their fate around in Nextera, Zoro?
Speaking of fate, though, sorry, I know you were asking me about another squad here, but speaking of fate, I believe Syndicate Esports are actually trying to turn their fate around, man. You can actually see them try here. They've already racked up 21 points in the span of 2 games, and I believe they keep this going, they might just be able to save themselves from relegation. Don't hold me to it. I'm not saying it's, set in stone, but if they keep going at this pace and eventually move a bit higher, they will definitely be able to rank higher on that overall leaderboard. And also Dead Point Esports team, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they are suffering from writer's block, writer's block for gamers here, or they are suffering from nervousness, overconfidence here. I can't even put my finger on it, man, because 2 points in the span of 2 games. Out of those 2 points,
your finger on it. Let me put your finger on it. It's called the Caster's Curse. Do you know what that is? The Caster's Curse is when there's the winner's curse when you win and then you struggle in the next game. But the Caster's Curse is when the casters believe you are a favorite to win, and every team decides no. No, just no. So maybe they might be suffering from the caster's curse, but we do want to see them step up a lot sooner. This is their last day to try to get into that top 12. And they did have a phenomenal performance yesterday, shutting down PDX twice back to back. But let's
which
head
is no
straight to
easy feat.
Nextera and see. It's genuinely not an easy feat.
So yeah, as you know, was saying, we should be making our way into
Oh,
Nextera. That's a mixture of Bermuda
oh.
and Purgatory, sort of a futuristic setting. So yeah, want to see how much eliminations this players can
So
actually rack up. Trust me, we should, what was going on?
do you know one team is not going to compete in this match? One team
Huh?
is not going to make it.
Huh?
Soul Society will not be joining us in this matchup because they went to make a sub but failed to meet the start time. Unfortunate for them there, but they
Unlucky,
will
man.
be behind every other team by one game. So they need to step up in the second half of today's games with a very solid performance. They need to give an even better performance now. But for every team that goes into this lobby, it does give them a better chance as the activation for placement points will start a lot sooner as one if one team gets eliminated, everybody now starts gaining points. But we still need to see the teams pick up even more eliminations. Like you said earlier, the fate of Syndicate is looking to be turning around, to be getting turned around, as they have picked up 21 points in 2 matches. Can they do even better in this matchup?
We will be finding out, but the teams that will definitely not be doing better will include Soul Society, man. And this is exactly what we say about esports, man. It's not about you just being a good player, man. It's actually about you also showing up for your matches, and them not showing up for this match will definitely sting, man. They will be losing any opportunity of actually gaining points in this matchup, and it's gonna sting, man. That's why I always, give big praises and kudos to esports teams that are actually disciplined and consistent. For example, Neanem Jogo. You can never find Neanem Jogo in this type of settings, man, where they don't join a match. It's just nearly impossible. You can never find PDX in this type of situation because they know that esports is way more in depth than just just you playing the match. You actually have to show up to play the match in the first place. Speaking of matches, speaking of matchups here, we might be getting Luminosity versus Vent here. What a gameplay from Reaper though. Managed to knock two Vent esports players, got them on their knees, almost got that clutch against Supreme. But Supreme shows us exactly why he reigns supreme in those type of situations, man. Great work coming in from him and Hydra there to keep his team alive. And they're gonna be getting a revive on all of their players. Boatmaker this early into the match it's not a good sign if you ask me, man. And already Burnockers has been sent back to lobby, which means from here on out, placement points have been activated. Luminosity off to a great start. And I believe have actually been really shining out on Luminosity because we've not really been praising them too much. They've really just stepped out of our comfort zone. They've really put themselves out there, if you ask me, man. They've been way more involved than they are usually. And it's a good thing, man, because the first week we give them all the praises without really seeing their gameplay because the hype was about their name. And seeing them come into this week here and showing us that there's way more to them, way more hype to them than just their name is definitely a very, very good time for me, man. They have to keep this up, have to keep the fire burning, and that momentum has to keep improving, man. Underground esports team though looking to shut them down. Neutral showing us exactly what he is, one of the more accurate esports players in this lobby as he racks in that elimination with that powerful headshot. Salman bleeding here, and I think Luminosity, as I started praising them, I've started getting, how do I say this, discombobulated, as one of my friends will say, man. Because what is going on here, man? The strategy, they seems to be way more scattered and way more disorganized than they usually have been in the last couple of matches. Hopefully they actually find a foothold in this matchup. Oh my god, FNS, I'll let you take this one.
FNS are showing their work. They're down by Tai Tung. Unfortunately, Tai Tung just gets eliminated a lot earlier than his teammates. Is he the rusher for the team actually? Because most of the time we see Tai Tung, he's almost always getting knocked. And Senzo as a support plays a lot more aggressive than a support should be playing. But there is no blueprint exactly on how you should play the game. You know your roles, you play your roles, but be as aggro as you need to be. FNS pick up their first elimination, trying to get Henry out the sky again. The quick scope is not registering. Unlucky. He's just giving him warning shots. Now, Vent Esports will be up to 3 eliminations, but it is too early to look at Vent and hope for something good coming out from them in this game so far, because they do get the eliminations. Don't get me wrong, the Vent Esports is a team that can dominate, but they do get eliminated early. FNS are staying strong and keeping themselves in this tournament. As we saw from last week, they were able to boost themselves from the bottom of the leaderboard all the way to the top 3 at the end of week 1. Will they be able to do the same thing in the second week? Will they be able to actually bag that victory? From Cabo Verde, we have Underground Esports still trying to defend their win. Coming off a 24 kill win game, can they do it again? NVS had a very solid game, but unfortunately for them, they got to place third or fourth, if I remember correctly, and they are yet to pick up an elimination this time, as they will lose Prime. Unfortunately, they can't really get him back. IL Esports will pick up their first elimination. Almost gets that snipe in there, but he loses his high ground. Gets spotted, and Toby will be getting eliminated. Unlucky for him. Offline
boy.
might just be getting eliminated as well, as he is the sniper trying to get a knock, unable to get that knock, and is already at low HP. Placement points have been activated already. This should be the map where Vent has no excuse as to why they didn't get enough points, because you do not you have one team less in the lobby right now. Vent Esports are up to 4 eliminations. They are tied with both FNS and Underground Kings. But the kill leaders will be IL Esports, coming up to 7 eliminations to set a very solid pace in this game. IL Esports are a team that we didn't see much from last week, but this week they are showing us that in their first day, they are coming in very strong and they are going to do a lot of damage. Elite Hunters might just be getting up and grateful, up and active. They will pick up an elimination on Toby. My goodness, he literally just landed in front of the sniper. That was a very easy headshot. That was he just served this man fresh bread straight from the bakery. My goodness. But IL Esports might be running straight into the Elite Hunters, and so far we've yet to see the Elite Hunters win a straight 4v4. They are more of a third-party team, and going up against a team that is currently running 7 eliminations, and going up against teams that are stronger than them, and coming out with a lot better kills and a lot better placement. Will the Elite Hunters be able to survive that? But not about the Elite Hunters right now. Taitung is going up against 2 players from the Underground Kings. He is getting overpowered and getting eliminated. Unlucky for him here. Sleazy is going in for a rotate. Will be getting caught out by the sniper, gets knocked and eliminated. Unlucky for him here. Senzo and Lakin will be the last players standing for the FNS. If they get eliminated now, it will definitely hurt FNS's chance. And Lakin will get a quick revive. He didn't get that revive. Unlucky for Lakin. The fingers were not that quick here. Senzo might just be the last man standing. Oh, Lakin did sneak that revive in. Senzo will be getting a knock. Senzo, the aggro support player, the most aggro support player we've seen in the FFWS, is absolutely dominating. He's making Underground Kings backpedal. He gets an elimination, unable to secure the second, will be getting eliminated. But what a play coming in from Senzo. Do you expect to see the support players playing the way Senzo plays, or is Senzo just an anomaly, Zoro?
He's an anomaly, man, and that's what we see about new gen, supports, new gen esport players, to be honest, man. Because we see snipers that play like rushes, and then just like I just mentioned, new gen supporters. Now we see supporters that actually play like rushes also, man, which is crazy, man. To see a support be able to hold his ground against not 1 but 2 and 3 players at once is really, really crazy, man. So yeah, impressive stuff from him. And as you've mentioned, man, he really is an anomaly, and a team I'm actually really looking forward to, giving you an analysis on his IL Esports, man. I feel like we've been really holding out on them, man. 8 eliminations already in this third game is no easy feat, and we also saw them really stir the entire map up in the first map too, where they had, I believe, WG's eliminations also. And the issue with IL Esports seems to be lack of consistency, man, because the players, they have the players, man, they have the skills, and they are most definitely capable of actually going toe-to-toe with a lot of these teams, but for some reason they're just not consistent, man. They always have this 1 or 2 matches, and they burn out. They have this 1 or 2 matches, where they clutch and do all that, but then they burn out too early. So they have to find a way to make it work. They have to find a way to be way more consistent, because if they keep, just once in a while, marking attendance, it's not going to be enough if you want to make it to the grand finals. It's not going to be enough if you want to, be crowned as one of the top kings in the entire scenery, man. Syndicates, incoming. Underground Kings once again looking to win on all the battles against all the squads here. Neutral leading the press here, locating right behind them. The support system. I really love the way Underground Esports approaches battles, and he more than gets the result for them time after time again. And just as you've seen. They've managed to send yet another esports team back to the lobby, man. Underground esports team are running a tight ship, and I believe they are gonna be really proud of themselves for running such a ship, man. Venti Sports team also seems to have incoming, yeah, going steps into Hydra's trap, and that's why I say about the impacts of Hydra for Venti Sports team, man. He is a very strategic man. He's not just a a run through Russia. He's a Russia that also knows how to make use of those throwables, and that's exactly why he's also is second in as a bomber for them, man. And see what I see. Man, what is that from Hydra? What a clutch, what a clutch.
Hydra jumping down with half HP and managing to get double Underground Kings and sends them back to the lobby. My goodness. The Underground Kings have been shut down by the Nigerian team Vent Esports. It is their best game yet in today's games. It is the third map for today, so they still have 3 more maps to pull off an even better game. But can they match up what we saw from the Underground Kings and go for that 20 elimination game? They are already up to 12, and it is looking pretty good for them here. 10 minutes into the game, it is 8 teams and 29 players. Luminosity, a team that did pretty good for themselves last game, going up against Vent this time. We did see them do better against Vent last game, but can they replicate this time, or is Vent coming for their pound of flesh against the team that almost shut them down, or the team that contributed heavily in shutting them down early in the last game? Because Vent Esports is coming off a 2-game early elimination. They didn't get to make the most of those matches that they played, and Luminosity seem to be putting themselves in a very terrible spot as they are all holding onto just one floor. Yes, hold onto a building to contain real estate, but trapping yourself in one floor is almost always going to set the pace of just please grenade my whole team. Please shoot us out the game. And it looks like Luminosity might be falling for it unless Vent somehow managed to play terribly. They use their time turner too early. It goes in. Vent the wall break is going in, and they are making very light work. No reaction as they send Luminosity back to the lobby. Unfortunate for Luminosity Gaming. We just saw a glimpse of Paradox coming in from Vent Esports. They didn't even let Luminosity last 5 seconds in that matchup. But Solar Flare will be doing they're just doing all right. They're still alive. That's what's important. And they are sitting with a single elimination on the board. Vent will lose 1 player, but they are up to 16 eliminations with 7 teams left in this lobby. With them, that 7 teams, they still have 6 teams to get eliminations on, so they do have a chance to pick up even more eliminations. To answer your question from earlier, IL Esports needs to figure out a playstyle that works for them consistently, because like you said, they do lack the consistency to stay as a top contending team, to stay as a team that we look out for every single time, because they could have 1 game, 2 games where they go absolutely crazy and then they just fall off the face of whatever map we're on. But Dead Point will now be playing massive gatekeep as Solar Flare gets knocked out the sky.
Oh boy.
Prime down. My goodness, it looks like this might be the end. The writing is on the wall for Solar Flare. The lobby might just be calling. Feruzan once again might just be the last man standing, running deeper into the zone. It is the 4th ring. We are on Nextera. It's only 7th zone, so the damage ticks is going to be a lot higher. Solar Flare, can you survive this? It does not look likely. Feruzan is indeed the last man standing. Getting caught and denied the rotation is definitely what you want to do. Just like I said earlier in the last game, you do not want to play at this stage, at this level of competitiveness, and in-zone playstyle. That only works in Tier 3. And a team that can play as like what we just saw from Dead Point is definitely going to dominate the Tier 3 lobbies. Vent Esports will send Solar Flare back to the lobby, putting them what I believe should be on 17 eliminations. But FNS having a struggle to stay in. 19 eliminations to Vent, actually. FNS a struggle to stay in with 6 eliminations to themselves now. Are they going for a win this time? Are they trying to go for a win this time? Because it doesn't look like they're going for aggression like what we see. And it looks like Necro Venoms will get sent back to the lobby after a very good game on Kalahari. But Vent Esports will now be the 2nd team for today to go on a 20-kill game. And Aroz will be getting denied the rotation. He will be getting shut down. Vent Esports will be getting yet another knock. Deadpoint might just be getting sent back to the lobby again. Hydra is absolutely phenomenal. 8 eliminations. He might just be the first player we see to go double digits as an individual for today, putting him in heavy contention for the MVP for today's game. But Oscar comes in, he runs straight through the wall and bags the 20-second elimination for the Vent esports team. This is quite a beautiful map for Vent, actually. This is the best performance we've seen from them today. Can they keep up the same level of performance? Because it looks like since we broke up the way we analyzed the day into 3 sets, this is 6 map, into the first 2 games, second 2 games, and the last 2 games, Vent esports have now adjusted to Vent syndrome to activate as soon as we get into map 3, no longer map 4, and we do love to see that. Motovea, the star player from Elite Hunters, will be going down and getting eliminated. FNS will be playing to deny Vent the rotation there. They get Supreme on his knees, but it looks like Vent esports will manage to stay in the game. Motovea, before bowing out, will give his team a second chance to play, giving 3 players a very strong revive to come in, but it might just be too late for them now. Vent esports going up against FNS. They have a new Elite Hunters team behind them. Elite Hunters might be under-equipped in the weapon sense, but they are still doing damage. FNS take 1 down. Vent take 1 down. FNS will get 1 eliminated. It doesn't look good for them. Habib is down yet again. Timmy might be joining. Timmy will be joining him there. Tai Tung is low HP. Tai Tung gets pushed on by Supreme. Timmy can get revived, but Tai Tung goes down. Tai Tung unfortunately gets eliminated. 24 to the Vent esports. Vent are doing their best to keep their players up. It is still a full stack. Vent deny. Dead Points gets eliminated. Vent esports now have Sleazy. They are going to the zone. They might just be getting over eager here. They might just be playing over eager. esports will be holding on to the best spot in the zone. Sleazy has been spotted. Sleazy taking a lot of damage. Lakin is holding on to the high ground, trying to claim his life for his team. But FNS gets shut down by King Hydra. 25 eliminations. Habib goes down. No man left behind. Deny. They will be stopping that elimination points going to them. But FNS, I'm sorry. They will be having Habib down and eliminated. Supreme goes down as well. So, and it looks like Vent might just be crumbling after a solid performance. It looks like Vent will be getting sent back for 3rd place by IL Esports with 90. They are going to be the 3rd team to go on a 20-kill game, as they have just Hacker left. Unfortunate for Hacker, a full team pushing up to him. He gets caught behind the counter. And he will be getting eliminated. IL Esports with a map 3. Booyah!
What a squad Iron Esports turned out to be, man. They played the most strategic gameplay we've ever seen from them in a long time, and they allowed Vent Esports team actually eliminate most of their foes, and because they were already satisfied with the 19 eliminations, so they just allowed Vent to do the rest of the work. And then the moment they realized that, oh, it's just Vent that's left and another squad, they just sort of swooped in, got the elimination, because they know that at the end of the day, that Booyah points is gonna more than make up for the elimination gap between them and Vent. So they were sort of playing chess here while Vent was playing poker, but still impressive stuff coming in from Vent, man. Shaking off the Vent syndrome is no easy task, but they managed to do it exactly when it matters the most. And this where I'm about to drop the banger. Yeah, I'm about to drop a big time advice for a lot of the squads right here, man. The best way to defend is to attack. Attack is the best form of defense, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. And if you ask me why, yeah, you can take a look at what happened to Luminosity. You saw a team attacking you, and the next thing, your entire squad decided not to fight back. You guys went. You climbed upstairs, 1-story building. You locked up, went in with a glue or UAV too, so your glue could not be broken. And then Versus was just sort of throwing in all the buttons. It was like basketball for them, man. It was like hoops after hoops, man. Grenades. Everything was literally going in. And I'm like, what are these guys doing, man? At this stage, at this point in your career, especially when you're going up against the best of the best, man, your mindset, you have to start thinking like a predator, man. And what better way than to attack instead of like always like going sitting back here when you're being pressed by that's you have to go head to head. You have to hit each other like this, man. You can't always like be like this and then they keep breaking you back. You get what I'm saying, man? So the best way for you to defend is to attack. We saw solo play. Sorry, we saw solo play.
We did actually see that. What you just said, the best way to defend is attack. We did see that against when Vent did it against Underground King, sending them back to the lobby. We saw Hydra at half HP. He could have easily stayed up to get his HP back up, but decided to just instead take his risk, jump down and catch 2 players on the flank and get them eliminated. But unfortunate for Vent, they had 25 eliminations, highest kills for today's games. unable to close out with the win, giving IL Esports a chance to get to be the third team to go on a 20 kill game and get a victory. That was quite the game. But let's take a quick break, take a look at the highlights, and we will be back shortly with the fourth map as we head into the second half for today's games.
Wow.
Welcome
What
back,
an
welcome
half.
back, welcome back. What a game it was. What a half it has been actually. What because we saw the first map go to Solo Flare, and then Underground Kings take the second map, and then Vent Esports almost had the elimination for the sorry, Ventus was almost had the win on the third map, but they got denied with 25 eliminations. But Lorem will come in as MVP for the IL Esports with 12 eliminations, while his team take map 3 with 20 kills. So he had more than half of the eliminations for his team. He was
Wow.
absolutely phenomenal. While we were looking at Habib and Hydra, Lauren was secretly cooking, and he did go out with a win for his team. That was absolute cinema from IL Esports. But will IL Esports be able to stay consistent in their playstyle? Because again, like we said, they are a team that usually has maybe 1 or 2 games where they go absolutely crazy and then they just fall off the face of the planet when it gets to actually closing out. But Zoro, let's take a look at the leaderboard and you tell us where everyone stands in as of the first half.
Gladly. Still on top though. Underground Esport, man, holding on to that top one position, man. It takes great to be able to actually hold on, man. Since we started today, no, actually, since the second map, they've been able to stay at the top of the leaderboard, and I believe they have every single plan of theirs set to helping them achieve their goal of staying at the top of that leaderboard. So coming in first, Underground Esports team with 72 points and a single Booyah to their name. Coming in second, we have IL Esports team also with a Booyah, but they have lesser points, which is 58 points to their name. For FNS coming in third with 49 points to their name, no Booyahs. Necrovenoms making it fourth with 49 points to their name. Vent coming in fifth with 48 points. Wow, it's really close, man. You can see how head-to-head it has really become amongst all of these teams, man. FNS and Necrovenoms quite literally have the same amount of points. So they sort of just made us use our tiebreaker rules there, man. Since the Booyahs were not really similar, we had to move on to elimination. So the team with the most elimination was actually placed a bit higher, and that's exactly why Garena has cooked up the fantastic, the fabulous, undefeated tiebreaker rule. We should be heading straight into the fourth map, Purgatory, a map that has sort of been, what's the cherry on top of this map again? It has been sort of inflicted.
Purgatory is the biggest map, so it is a very decisive map, and maybe just maybe the team performing pretty well for themselves today will be able to make the most out of Purgatory. But what you should make the most out of is the deals that are on Shop 2 game, as it gives you 100% bonus on your first purchase if you are a first-time user. If you're not a first-time user, you get a 10% bonus on every top-up that you do on the Shop 2 Game website. It is Garena's official top-up site, so it is very fast and always available. But dead points are not available, as Arroz will be the first to be getting eliminated, and we have Underground Kings pick up first blood in the second half for today's games, but they almost sent Neutral down. Mitsuki almost goes down, but the time turner will be saving as he gets his teammate back up, and they make Gypsy pay. But Legacy goes down as it's a very terrible start for them. Syndicate's going up against Isagi. Two teams that are struggling to stay in are now down to one player. And look, Solar Flare cleaning up the entire place. Just coming to rack up a lot of eliminations. They might just be a new after this. Exactly, they didn't start the fight, but they came to pick up 5 free eliminations from that battle there. That is exactly what you need to do as a third-party team, and if they play this just right, they should be able to shut teams and activate placement points. Soul Society, unfortunately, yeah.
That's what we call la third party, not la peace, la third party. Because what was that third party, man? That's exactly how you make the most of you being in a situation where you have the least to lose, man. And just as you can see, what's that for? Yo, did you see Ragnar?
Ragnar and Feruzan are playing a very risky game, trying to send this man. This is La Vengeance.
Bro.
And Syndicate will be the first team to be getting eliminated. Solo Flare with a textbook on what a third party should look like. We're not expecting you to third party and lose. We want you to third party and send Domine everybody back to the lobby, as they do manage to send Syndicate back to the lobby with only a single elimination under their belt. High risk, very high reward. 22 minutes into the game, 11 teams and 43 players. Solar Flare will be the first team to go to 6 eliminations, making their way up to double digits, just 4 kills away from double digits. But Soul Society, they are a disadvantage because they were unable to play one game, are now struggling to even stay in and just try to stay as a competitive team in this lobby, going up against Underground Kings, the current #1 team for today. Iron Man might just be the last man standing for its team. Does he get eliminated, or will he find a way to actually get a knock and maybe a confirmation for his team, as they're currently sitting on 0 eliminations so far? 2 players left for their team. Zoro, do you think Soul Society has a chance to still stay competitive, or do they just hope to play better
Oh
tomorrow?
boy, I think somebody has to tell hey man, Underground Esports team are coming from behind, bro. They want to wipe you out because it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look too positive for Soul Society, man, from what we can see, man. And you know what really fascinates me is the way Underground Esports team press, man. They attack like, you know, Prime Barcelona, some MSN tactics here. Speaking of tactics, what's the stop party play happening between Vent Esports team and Necro Venoms? Right below that hill, man, from looks of this, they are really staring the entire purgatory map up from down below. Underground Esports team also racking in those eliminations. As I've mentioned, man, they are moving like Prime Barcelona with their tactics here, man. Because what is that play, man? You can see, you know, them sort of go with that 3-1 formation where they have, you know, so 2 supports on the side, 1 rusher, and then 1 flanker that's always nowhere to be found, but does the most job. So it's really impressive seeing a team play with this very, how do I say this, efficient tactics, and they've found a way to make it work no matter how big or small the map is. Vent Esports team having a hard time really, you know, just increasing their eliminations in this particular matchup. As we've mentioned, today's their last day, so all eliminations count, and they will be looking to eat double these eliminations faster than anybody if they want to make their way into that top 12. Necro Venoms is the player. They insert his virus on his opponent there. Bye Prime, it seems. Necro Venoms quickly gets a revive. Man, Underground Esports team remain undisputed at the top of the elimination leaderboard here with 9 eliminations have incoming. Solar Flare might be looking to get some eliminations against them. Ragnar Ferros, and once again showing us why they are a duo, man. They're going into that sports car, that beautiful sports car skin, by the way, looking to engage the entirety of IO. How does this play out, Zeno?
It looks like Solo Flare might be at a disadvantage because they did not account for also playing the same way Lorem is playing an off angle. Gone Prime might be the first victim for Lorem because he's running straight into, never mind, he's running straight at him. He spots him. If he gets him eliminated, it will definitely swing this game in favor of the Solar to be rather difficult, as Solar Flare are already losing ground here. Ragnar goes down, Feruzan goes down, Zaza needs to find his way out very fast. Gone Prime goes down as well. Unfortunately, is carrying his team because he is definitely holding them strong here. But dead points will be a glue off. Can they send IL Esports back to the lobby? But it looks like dead points are finally waking up and picking up the pace today. Does Spryzen go down? Slow is running straight at Instinct. Instinct gets put down and will be getting driven past just for Slow to turn around to try to get that elimination. Jesse goes down. He gets the knock. My goodness, Gypsy, what a sniper you are. Gets his teammate back in play. Ceci, sorry, I keep saying King Legacy, my goodness. But King Ceci will be getting brought back up into this matchup. What a play from the Dead Point. Do you think Dead Point is going to be able to keep the fire rising, or do they get shut down from the way they performed in the first 2 games?
I don't even know at this point, man. I can't lie to you. I cannot cook up any story to tell you, man. Because that point here, they started off really slowly. First 2 games, barely anywhere to be found, man. 2 points in 2 matches, but now they're now trying to prove something to us. Like, I'm not a big fan of inconsistency, man. You cannot, you know, start off the first couple of games with no kills and then come in the last couple of matches trying from the very beginning. First, you know, we saw the exact same thing happen to games, and then at the end of it all, they now put out 1 match where they actually gave us a solid performance where they had 17 eliminations. So I'm not a big fan of teams like that, man, and I'm not really too happy with Dead Point Sports team, man, because I know that they're a team that can make it happen, but for whatever reasons, they are just allowing their nerves and all that get. You know what I really want to emphasize on is the fact that the entirety of Underground Esports team has the Booyah.
Why they got the bird, how they got the bird on bundle?
I want to know, Zina. I want to know.
Up to game, they're probably first time users and they got that 100% bonus. Why is 100% bonus on shop 2 game? It does give you a 10% bonus for every other purchase, but forget the purchases. Let's take a look at bumper to bumper. FNS going up. He gets driven down, but unlucky for the Elite Hunters. They were able to get to cap off that advantage. They got the knock, but they lost almost all their team They almost got completely eliminated. Luminosity are still alive, trying to get the loot from the airdrop here.
Bro, they
This is
won
quite
that
a
level.
decision because you are in Brasilia. It is the hottest spot on the map. Casually.
Trust me, you know, as a rank pusher, it's worth it, bro. That level 5S is gonna give them superpowers, bro. It's gonna give them speed that you need to eliminate with your opponent. Trust me, man. The impact that the level 5S and element has, it prevents you from actually getting one taps. It prevents you from, you know, dying quickly to just multiple shots coming in from behind or from ahead. So trust me, it's worth it. Speaking of shots, what is that, man? Dead points just got destroyed.
Habib is.
Huh,
My goodness, I was about to say Dead Points had Vent in a tough spot because they are picking up, they're slowly creeping up to Vent, and Habib turned around and shot that down quick with a very nasty one-tap. Esports will be trying to get a cap on Vent, but Vent will be slowing that down. They get one eliminated. Lorem, the danger player, is low. Damien is low. The danger player is down. It looks like they're trying to zip across the map here. But Spryzen might just be getting shot into the water here. Drops down in. Damien will make his way across, but Spryzen will be going down. Unfortunate for him here. Damien might just be trying to get damage in onto Vent, but he needs to focus more on getting away. Playing in the water, playing under the bridge is not going to be safe. You're not a troll, buddy. Go get that revive on your team. Make the risk, make the play. We'll expect you. Vent Esports are yet again putting on a solid performance as they are up to 11 eliminations. Statistically, this is not their best map to play. This is the weaker maps, but they are doing pretty good for themselves here now. It is their last day, so they need to pull out all their stops. Maybe they were saving this level of performance, but they need to show us that they are worthy of being in the finals because they are a good team, not denying that fact, but they are inconsistent. Maybe starting Hydra, like you said, is the play that they need to run even more. But what do you think about FNS's play here? With the gatekeep they are running,
FNS is a team that can get the job done. I think LA Hunters are going to be given a run for their money right here, man, because I believe FNS does have the cars. They do have the firepower to get the best of ELT anytime, any day, and I'm going to clock that, man, because I know FNS is way stronger. Just look at what they are doing to Hacker here, man. Look at how they play, too, as a world machine, as a team that is built on teamwork, man. Just look at that. 4 versus 1, making sure that the opponent does not have any hope of escaping their grasp, man. ELT I've got to be careful, man, because FNS is more than coming. 7 eliminations already. They seem to be chilling in this particular matchup. I see the strategy here, man, going with 2 monster trucks, making sure that the opponent or any enemy you actually come in contact with does not eliminate the full squad when they eventually, you know, spot you all in a single. Two cars actually prevents that. Luminosity spots him right on the wing of FNS. Tai Long spots them. Shots connecting. Leo does have incoming. It seems Luminosity will be receiving shots from 2 angles now. FNS and Burnacles seems to have their eyes set on eliminating Luminosity. I believe the gunshot alert from Burnacles has already alerted the FNS esports players, and I believe they will now be going and moving towards the Burnacles. Midcase tries to get a revive on neutral. Bad move from Looks of Things as he gets knocked down.
Whoa.
Goes over the time turner, gets that knockdown, gets that revive too, and that's gonna be squad wide bye for Syndicate. I believe Syndicate are not having the time of their life tonight, man.
And IL Esports.
Crazy.
Syndicate and IL Esports will be getting sent back to the lobby as Burnacles go up against a raging FNS. 1 down, 2. The third man might just be going down, but he does manage to get a knock on Abe and will be getting punished by the FNS squad, sending them up to double digits to join Underground Kings and Vent Esports. Speaking of both teams, they are actually taking zone battles here. Elite Hunters are still playing like a tier 3 team as they are in the zone yet again, constantly suffering from gatekeeping. Luminosity are just waiting for the 2 free kills to just walk out, and just like that, he will be getting eliminated and a free point for Luminosity. But on the other hand, on the other side of the pond here, it looks like Vent Esports will be going up against the Underground Kings, and they are doing pretty good for themselves. Habib will be getting knocked and confirmed by Neutral, but they are up. Both teams are tied at 15 eliminations. Neutral has Virox pushing in. Virox going straight at him. He's not even giving the man a chance to set up. Snipe through the wall. That is ego. Double Vent. Buriram versus Buriram. Vent Esports will be coming out on top as they set Neutral down. Timmy gets knocked, but Timmy will be getting picked up. The zone is getting smaller. They need to get that rotation in early, but they can buy Habib back now. They need to make a very quick decision because remember, like I said earlier, Purgatory is a very decisive map. A slow decision could cost you the game. Vent Esport now need to get into a decent spot and decide if they're going to need to cross the pond or play to hold out here. The final zone is definitely going to be a heavy deciding factor. And Solar Flare is a team that has been quiet in this matchup, but they still need to stay in. FNS will be shutting down the Underground Kings, sending them back to the lobby to send us into the top quarter of the top third of this lobby now. It is Luminosity, FNS, Vent, and Solar Flare in these final 4 teams. Taking a look at the Solar Flare team. That was okay production, W transition there. But we will be seeing Solar Flare with 14 eliminations. They might have been quiet, but they have been picking up those eliminations. Zaza gets a knock on Lakin. It is not looking good for the FNS. They are not able to get that revive on Lakin, sending Solar Flare up to 15 eliminations. Now they need to get in. Vent Esport needs to start making an early rotation into the zone, but it looks like Solar Flare will be the team to get in zone early. Gon Prime almost getting knocked here, and Ragnar almost knocked as well. Zaza is dangerously low. Vents are holding onto the high ground. The high ground is exactly where they need to be. But now Feruza and Andy Solar Flare will be moving in as a unit to chow Vent for this spot. Because if they leave Vent to set up properly on the high ground, Vent Esports will definitely have the advantage here. Solar Flare 15, Vent Esports 16 in a 4v4 fair matchup. Who comes out on top as there is no third party currently? The wall melter is going in. Solar Flare might just be getting eliminated here. They are taking a lot of damage. They've yet to put damage onto the Vent Esports team. But FNS coming in for a third party will send Habib back to the lobby. Vent need to be a lot more aggro now. Titan taking damage from Zero. The last man from Luminosity still staying in the game. If Vent keep playing passively, if Vent keep playing 2 by time and bleed them for their walls, they will be getting eliminated as the FNS squad are slowly but surely creeping up to them. Solar Flare have now managed to find natural cover. Hiding behind the boulder. Is that the play they want? 10 players left in this lobby. Zero might be getting eliminated here. Going up against Titan. He gets him on his knees. But Vent Esports go in. 1 down from Solar Flare. Solar Flare. It is not looking very good on the Solar side. It is an eclipse. Supreme. And Vent will be shutting them down, sending them straight back to the lobby. This might just be a win for Vent Esports. Senzo going in, gets an elimination, denies Vent that point. Senzo versus 3, 21 eliminations, yet another 20 kill game for Vent Esports. But it looks like this might just be the map where they finally get that Vent Booyah. 21 kills, 3 versus 1. Senzo caught up, walls gone, HP under 100. It is not make short for him. Wall melter goes down. A flank happening. Senzo spots the flank on Virus. Cannot deny it. He will be getting rushed by Timmy and gets eliminated. 22 eliminations. Vent Esports with a map for Booyah.
A well-deserved Booyah too, if you ask me, man. GGC Supreme shows us exactly why he reigns supreme there. What a player, man. Just running through the entire defense of a squad like Solar Flare Esports team was no easy task, where he made it look like light work, man. Twisting and turning with that M519, knocked Ragnar, knocked Ferozan, and boy, oh boy, Zaza was really, turning off for Solar Flare, but just couldn't handle that hit that man like Supreme was admitting, man. Really crazy work coming from them. And I believe it has to be said, man, the pocket map more than amazed us, man. It gave us the highest amount of eliminations we've actually ever gotten from any map today, man. Multiple squads having over 15 eliminations, the winning squad having 21 elimination, and then multiple squads too just being on the random 13 elimination, 8 elimination, 5 and 2, etc., man. So it has to be said, man, they really did turn up when it came to purgatory, man. And really also has to be said, man, Zaza, the man that you have actually been for Solar Flare Sports team, I think Solar Flare Sports team are gonna be more than happy with the fact that they have Zaza on their side, man. He always turns up for them, always shows us exactly why the sniper is the anchor of the entire squad, man. As you can see, when they were actually looking to rotate across the map in that final season battle in Purgatory, it was more than holding off the opponents, also racking in eliminations for them. I believe at that point in time, he already had about 8 eliminations, and he is a sniper, man. He's not at the forefront of the battle, and he's still able to do that much damage, man. That just shows you how lethal and deadly the man can be, man. Crazy work coming in from everybody. Kudos to Vent Team Drum. This is now 2 games in a row that they've given us more than 20 eliminations, and yet another booyah for them. So hopefully they can keep the fire burning. And as you know, I said, it seems they are officially in another zone, man. They are in that zone where everything is just sort of flowing, working for them. They are really making it work, but they just have to keep going. To be honest, that's all there is to it, man. They have to be consistent. They have to be disciplined. Hopefully, they don't pull a dead point on us.
Indeed, but that point is stepping up. That point is finally actually starting to give us a performance worthy of a team in the top 18, and we did see them do that yesterday. But today they started off a bit slow. We are heading into the fifth map. Himanshu, thank you for joining us. We will explain the format just to you. This is a special introduction for you, Himanshu. But we are in the fourth map of a 6-game split. This is the last day for the Group B teams. We just got done with the fourth map, heading to the fifth. We will be sending you to the highlights shortly as the teams get ready for the fifth map. Sorry. What a game! What a game! What a game it has been coming in from all the teams. Marvelous performance coming in from Vent Esports to finally close out a win with 22 eliminations, I believe, and a Booyah that is 34 points coming off a single map. So they will definitely no longer be one of the weaker teams because at the start of the last game, I was going to say when we looked at the leaderboard, Vent was once again the weakest team in top six, strictly because of their inability to place. Getting kills is not hard for Vent Esports, but placement is the death of them, and their lack of placement is definitely caused by their inability to decide when to rotate properly because they mostly get caught out mid rotation by other teams and get outplayed. But we do love to see that they sort of fixed that on the Purgatory map, which is statistically their weakest map to play on, and close out with a win. Zoro, what do you think the leaderboard is going to look like? Do you think Vent is going to be closer to that top one position, or are they still going to be maybe top four or top three, maybe?
They should be within that top three, to be fair, but then I don't think they're going to be able to steal the top one position away from Underground Esports just yet, considering the fact that Underground Esports did have 15 eliminations, if not higher, in that particular matchup, which should be more than enough for them to secure and still maintain the gap between them and Vent Esports. We should be heading straight into the leaderboard to prove that I am more than right.
calm,
Yes,
calm
man.
down, calm down. It's not a challenge. It's not a challenge. But let's take a look at the leaderboard to catch up everyone that is just joining us. To our new viewers, welcome in. 4 games have been played. The first map did go to Solar Flare on Bermuda in Kalahari. Underground Kings came out on top of that game. Nextera had IL Esports coming out of that victory, and Purgatory, the map just concluded, will be Vent Esports on Purgatory. In first place, we have Underground Kings with a total of 93 points. Vent Esports are fairly close behind with a total of 82 points. In third place, FNS is still dragging with 71 points. IL Esports will be coming in with 64 points for fourth place. Solar Flare will be moving up with 63 points for fifth place. And Necro Venom's holding strong that sixth position will be with 57 points. Dead points are finally moving as they are now up to 21 points, now in 11th place. And Soul Society will be dead last, unfortunate for them, as they are 1 game behind everyone because they were unable to make it in. Guys, it is the professional league. We can't be holding the whole stream and the whole tournament just because one team is unable. There is a set time that was told to the teams beforehand. So Soul Society unfortunately were unable to make it. Now, Zoro, going into the last 2 games, going into the closing matches for today's games, what team do you think is going to come out in Solara? What team is going to come out on top of Solara?
It might just be Necrovenoms, to be honest, man, because they've really been plunging away, but just not really have happened for them. But I believe it will happen for them very, very soon. Maybe in the Solara map. I believe Venti Sports will also more than keep plunging away, because even yesterday we saw them give Paradox Esports team a run for their money in this exact same map. So I think coming into this map today, when Paradox Esports team is not in lobby, but teams that are compared to Paradox Esports team weaker, I believe they'll be able to rack up way more points in this particular map. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Venti Sports team have in store for us. As you said, Venti Sports team have mastered the art of separating their game style here into 2 maps each. So they start off with Vent Syndrome, 2 matches. After that, 2 matches coming into the next map, 3 and 4. They coming really, really hot. So now what I want to know is how they are gonna finish this map 5 and 6, which is very, very crucial to their to how they actually end
To
up
all the
on
Group
the
B
overall
teams, actually.
standing. Yeah. So this last couple of matches are really, really important. So I want to see the mindset that Venti Sports team actually brings in this, and I hope they bring the fire. I hope they continue to play with their current players, because these players are doing a fine job. And one thing I also have to say about today's games is that I'm so proud of everybody that's managed to get a Booyah, man. It's really great to see the lobby just spark into life in a very, very competitive manner, man. I love seeing more than one team on that Booyah leaderboard, man. I just love it. Seeing multiple squads standing up, taking charge, showing us that there are teams that are more than able to make their way into that Booyah spot. It just brings joy to my heart, man. So to the teams that are not yet on that Booyah leaderboard, make sure to grab that Booyah, man, because it's all hands on deck here, man.
But not just the Booyah, actually. We do have to acknowledge the fact that 8 out of 144 teams that registered for this tournament, we are watching the top 18 compete. And tomorrow is going to be the last day for the knockout stages. So we do have to give a round of applause to all the teams that made it to this point, especially a team like Elite Hunters, who did improve drastically. Thank you, Security Researcher, for calling that to my attention. They did improve a lot in that last map, moving all the way up to 7th, I believe, on the leaderboard with a total of 35 points. But you should head to Shop 2 game before the match starts, before the heat of the match starts, so you too can spin for the Booyah bundle, because the teams that are doing really good have the Booyah bundle. I'm not saying it's the bundle that made them do good, but the bonuses from the Shop 2 game website definitely eased their ability to get that bundle. But heading straight into our 5th map for today, on Solara, the future city. Who comes out with the victory? Do you think Syndicate will finally be able to do something really marvelous on this map, Zoro?
I believe this is their last couple of matches, man. I believe they're gonna give it their all. So what better way to show us that they are more than able and willing to give their all than to just show us a roaring response here in this particular matchup between them and Luminosity. Let's watch the party get started here. Vic right there with the Max 7 looking for an opponent to dismantle. Zero be getting dropped. Luminosity might be crumbling here as they're already down by 2 players. Leo with that ward. Skylar will be getting the best of the world. Or IL Esports also coming in here. Syndicates are nowhere to be found in this matchup. From looks of things, they have fled and disappeared from the scene, man. Damian coming in hard. Kasi in support of his teammates. Max 7, no, Trogon actually in favor of Damian as he eliminates his opponent in grand style. UMP handfuls pricing goes in. SMG versus shotgun. Grabs that knockdown. Multiple body shots, man. And that's just the beauty of SMGs, man. You have multiple shots to use to your advantage. And if you actually maintain your distance between you and your shotgun users, you are more than guaranteed a victory. And that's exactly what happened there, man. UNT still standing tall here with 3 eliminations already, which makes them the team with the highest number of eliminations so far in the 5th map, man. I have to just give it to Underground Esports team, man. Their consistency has been unmatched today, man. And most teams are finding it really, really hard to actually compete at the same level as them for a long period of time. Yes, there was a period of time in which Necrovenoms was keeping up, but then they sort of just couldn't anymore. There was a period in time where Solarflare was dominating their ball. It got to a point where they couldn't keep up anymore. But one thing that has remained constant, maintaining their performance level. Necro Venoms who have incoming, yes, self-place for team are coming. Zaza, the man, the legend, the legendary sniper, man. One of the most accurate snipers in the Free Fire Africa industry, and that's exactly why Necro Venoms gets sent back to the lobby. Zaza doing his job from behind just makes it easier for the people at the forefront of the battle to get that 60% of the time, 70% of the time. FFWS Esports team, anytime they come into a 4 versus 4 situation, they always come out alive, man. It has to be said, man. All thanks to Zaza.
Solo Flare are doing pretty good for themselves with 4 eliminate. GG. Whoa.
Easy, man.
Whoa,
easy.
Supreme. Supreme got domed there. My goodness. That was a very quick knock by IL Esports. And but Supreme get up and grateful, up and active. He gets the first knock. Can he line up the second? He gets the second, but his teammate is unable to get the cleanup there. As Timmy goes down, his teammate arrives very late, and he will be getting put down. Byrex turn around. Byrex don't die. Vet Esports are finally having a good game. They do not want to get eliminated this early, as they are yet to pick up any points from this matchup so far. Are they sort of out of their flow states? Because they were running IL Esports last game. Lorem took that personally, apparently. As IL Esports are now in the 4th minute of the game, up to 8 eliminations already, almost at double digits. NVS will be the first team to be getting eliminated. Unfortunate for them here, but we have one more game after this. Group B teams are bowing out after this game, after the 6th map, and just hope that their performance was good enough to guarantee their spot in that top 12, where we get the prize pool activated. Luminosity are as well. 2 teams sent back home. Vet Esports pick up their very first elimination on Instinct on IL Esports. They are going back to Ego. These men, they do. What? Vet Esports are running it. Now into stealth. As Virox will be getting 2 eliminations. He goes into stealth mode to try to get Habib back up, but it is going to be rather difficult. The Elite Hunters, a team that are coming off a very decent improvement game, will they be able to keep it up, or do they get eliminated? Solar Flare coming in from behind, the both rotate, their drone gets Hacker and Light might just be the last 2 men standing. Ragnar is pushing straight in it is not looking good for him here. Ragnar is a V badge, picking up an elimination. Hacker, it might just be the last man. He's not the last man, but he does get eliminated here. Solar Flare now up to 7. Feruzan is also in contention for MVP for today's games, as he is consistently getting eliminations for his team. Zaza, the sniper, picks up a knock on Serif. Might just be getting that confirmation. He's trying to line up Neutral, but Neutral will be getting the first shot in. You do not want to be the one getting shot first in a sniper battle, as you might most likely be losing that. But taking a look at the kill feed, Vent Esports are slowly picking off what is left of the IL Esports team. We keep seeing IL Esports fall to Vent one by one, but we've yet to see a squad wipe just yet. Gun Prime will be going down. Feruzan goes down. The strike. Zaza is trying his best to keep his team up. Feruzan gets eliminated. Luxin is waiting. Luxin, you're coming at the king, and you cannot afford to miss right now. Ragnar does not fear. He does not falter. He stands 1v3 situation just here. Luxin going in. Grenade going in. The wall breaker goes in. Ragnar rushes straight into the time turner. Does not get a knock. Moving. One tap. One tap coming in from Ragnar. Unable to get that finish, but will be getting eliminated on way out now. It's not looking good for him here.
It does not look good, but what a cheeky play coming in from But unluckily for him and his opponent, we're not having it. My interest is exactly as I said. He is a verified player. Zaza securing yet another elimination for his teammates, as UND will be forced to get a revive on their elimination. On those eliminations for Solo Flare Esports team, they might be, but right now they are not in a good place. Squad wise, at least, they are down to their last man, man. They have to find a way to get a revive on all of their players without getting sent back to the lobby. 10 squads still in this. So far, Luminosity Fire seems to have burnt out here to get sent back to the lobby. They were on a great run. So sad to see it end like that, but I guess they still have one more map to prove themselves. And Necrovenoms too also getting eliminated early on into this matchup was not what I saw coming, man. LE Gamers doing everything to secure those placement points. From what we can see, man, they might not be getting the most amount of elimination points, but they have decided not to give up on those minor placement points, man. They have decided to do everything in their power to always stay alive for as long as they can. 10 eliminations still for Solo Flare Esports team as they reign supreme on the elimination leaderboard. Underground Esports team over here chilling with 9 eliminations. Will they be able to take that elimination crown away from Solo Flare Esports team? That's what I'm really looking forward to seeing. Vent Esports team is also here. I believe they are looking to grab yet another Booyah, man. If they are able to just outperform Underground Esports team in this particular match, they might be able to take that number one. It's not even might be able, they will take that number one spot away from Underground Esports team. So Underground Esports team has to do everything in their power to just find a way to increase the gap between them and Vent Esports team. And I believe that's exactly what they are doing here, man. They have 9 eliminations today and Vent have 6. So right now they are more than outperforming the Vent Esports team. Couple of minutes into this matchup, and I believe we are just getting started. Don't you agree with me, Zeno?
I do agree indeed. It is Solar Flare with 10 eliminations, Underground Kings with 9 eliminations, Vent with 7, IL Esports with 8, and Vent with 7. 9, 8, 7 eliminations. 2 are strong teams in the lobby. Dead Points are settling with a single elimination. Solar Flare almost got sent back to the lobby just now. They are in the same area as the IL Esports, a team that both teams have gotten a Booyah under their belt today, so they need to figure out a way to shut each other down. And Underground Kings need to figure out a way to shut Vent down, as Vent is slowly but surely picking up the pace here. Underground Kings are losing players to the Burn Knuckle squad. They've lost one. They might be losing a second. They're doing their best to do damage in, but Luxin will be getting picked up and still remain in play. Warden is going down for Burn Knuckles as they make a terrible rotation to lose Mafia as well. Unlucky for them there. But the Burn Knuckles team are just like the Elite Hunters. They are teams that beat over 100 teams to get here, but they are still suffering from minor mistakes. They still have a lot to learn before they become a force to be reckoned with in the tier 1 scene, because every team here is a tier 1 team. Just playing in this elo means you are a tier 1 team, but there is the cream of the crop, and there's levels to this. Levels to this, basically.
Bro, did you just see what happened?
Tier 1 doesn't mean I saw that. They had the advantage. They are, like you say, stole their bread. But Soul Society are now in a spot where they have to go up against the Underground Kings. Ceci goes down. It's not looking good for him, as Syndicates will be getting eliminated by the Solar Flare esports team. It is 14 eliminations to Solar Flare. I think they might just be able to pull off a 20-kill game. Dead Point need to figure out a way to get out of this, as Underground Kings are dangerously close to Vent and Soul Society. Soul Society are not picking up the initiative to go for a third party or to force a fight. They're just playing a lot more passive and waiting for the game to happen to them. You need to be an initiator in this game. You need to just go in. You need to make decisions, because if you keep waiting for the game to happen and play reactive, you will always fall behind. You will always fall behind the teams that make a lot more active decisions. Predator will be getting caught lacking. He gets caught out and will be getting eliminated. Unfortunate for him there. 8 teams in the game with 25 players left. Who comes out with the victory is still to be decided. Vent Esports are now going double digits, as they will be getting a knock and a confirmation on N6H from the Soul Society.
What a squad Vent Esports team is turning out to be here, man. They are looking to not go how without a fight here. It's all systems go for them. A-man with the VSK 94 connecting that shot. Supreme still not backing down though, and he's going to be paying a hefty price for choosing to not back out when he should have. You know, just I usually advise attacking your opponent head on might be the best way to defend, but in that situation it just wasn't the way to go, man. They had the numbers and it was just sort of brute force versus tactics there, and tactics most definitely won out there, man. So next time Supreme has to be smarter and more tactical in attacking his opponents. We see, oh my god, what a shot coming in from Midscape from Underground Esports team there, man. Neutral will be getting revived though, as they now will be receiving multiple damage coming in from the boatmaker lobby. So for esports team players might be on the favorable side of the boatmaker, as the boatmaker refuses to damage them. Vent esports team are bleeding as team is low on HP. Habib is just coming back. Same thing can be said for Supreme, and Soul Society might be in a position where they can actually send Vent esports team to the lobby if they play their cards just right. If they can find a way to dismantle the entirety of Vent esports team without them seeing coming, they might just be able to get the job done. Keaton retrieving shots from behind, man. How does this battle play out here, Zeno?
It looks like another boatmaker will be going down, but it doesn't seem Vent Esports will be getting out just yet, especially not to Soul Society. They will be trying to play a denial game against the Underground Kings, but Dead Points will come in for a third party here, forcing Vent to back off and fall victim to the Underground King as a Supreme. Do they get the elimination? It is going to be rather difficult for Vent, as they are in a pretty tough spot. They have a team above them, they have a strong team in front of them, and a team that is known to be dangerous when you least expect it right behind them. Vent Esports are now down to 2 players. It's not looking very good for them, as Ketone will get a third knock. Vent Esports officially down to a single player. They need to find a way to stay in, but they are a double-digit team. Another boatmaker will be going down. This is the third one we are seeing in under a minute here. Solar Flare are still your kill leaders, as Gunprime is taking shots from that boatmaker actually. Dangerously low. Timmy goes down, but Vent Esports, he does get a revive for his team. 2 teammates come back in. Virus gets a revive as well. Supreme is back in play. FFWS with 3 eliminations. They're unable to pick up those high elimination games like we're used to seeing from them, but they are doing the work now. They are working Solar Flare and sending them back to the lobby. Laken is your MVP with a triple, as he sends the Solar Flare team straight back to spectate and pray for the next matchup. Vent Esports now down to a single player. Supreme just lands. He lands in the middle of IL Esports, gets sent back by Damien. But Soul Society will catch Lorem, your danger player, on his knees. Almost sends him back to the lobby. Unfortunate for him there. It was quite a performance coming in from the Vent Esports and Solar Flare, as both teams have been sent back to the lobby, sending us to the top 50% of the lobby. 3 teams were sitting with double digits. Underground King, 4 teams, sorry, with double digits. Underground King will now use this to their advantage, as they are on 15 eliminations to widen the gap between them and Vent Esports. FNS, it is your chance to catch up to Vent Esports, as they need to get at least 15 eliminations to get up to the point where they might just overtake Vent Esports on that leaderboard. But with Vent's performance, they should still be able to stay in that top 2 position. But it is highly unlikely with the level of performance coming in from the teams in this lobby. Underground Kings making very early rotation and now are in a prime spot to deny everyone access to the zone. They send Lorem out the sky. Unlucky for him there. FNS are being gatekept like crazy. This is exactly how you want to play the zone. This is exactly how you want to play gatekeep. They spot that rotate coming in from Soul Society. They are pulling back in deeper into the zone to get that man out their backyard, and they will do just that to only pay attention to the teams. This is definitely going to be a UND team. Can they take another victory back home to Cabo? Needs to find a way for FNS to get in without danger. IL Esports need to find a way to get in as well. They see a knockout in on the kill feed, but they have yet to make a play. If they do go just like what we saw from Nexus Venom on the Kalahari map, where they had the advantage and then got sent back to the lobby. But Underground Kings are an experienced team. They are playing fairly solid for themselves now, and they might just be able to deny everyone an entry into this zone. IL Esports 16 eliminated 17 to the Underground King. It is still anyone's game. FNS are still getting in now. IL Esports are using the advantage to get in, as FNS is pulling the attention of the Underground Kings. IL Esports will be getting in. Do they get the victory? Do they clean up? We saw them just pull it over them. Sleazy is down. Underground Kings are taking a lot of damage as well. Now walking in for a third party, their signature move, but they are down danger player Lorem. Would they get a knock on Tai Tongue? Lakin might be able to go for that revive there, but Spryzen and Damien pushing straight in. Knock him again, and send FNS straight back to the lobby. Now for a clean 3v3. We've seen a 3v3 situation against this team before. Underground Kings came out on top the last time we saw them. IL Esports are now tied up 18-11. Whoever wins this matchup will be leaving with a total 21 kills. It is a 21 kill game regardless. Whoever comes out will be getting shut down by Neutral. A quick revive happens just now. He's brought back up to full HP. The HP is up, but Spryzen goes down. Damien goes down yet again. Damien gets Neutral down. Does he get the elimination? He does. Instinct trying to get a knock here. Damien will be going down unlucky, but Mitsuki goes down as well. Neutral is in. Instinct is doing his best. Instinct goes down. 21 eliminations with a second win for Cabo Verde. Underground Kings with a map 5. Booyah!
Bad move coming in from the IL Esports team players right there, man. It was really close, man. They were really resilient. Just didn't have the power. They didn't have the defense or the firepower to match and overpower the Underground Esports team. Maybe better luck next time. Maybe if they had made great use of the height advantage, it would have played out in another way or manner. But I guess there's no other way for us to find out. So big kudos, big booyah in favor of Underground Esports team, man. And once again, they will be looking to extend that lead on that overall leaderboard. A lot of people were chanting and just hoping that Vents Esports team will have taken on that victory and maybe, you know, turn the tides on Underground Esports team, but it just didn't happen for Vents in that particular matchup. Although Vents was on a solid run, if you ask me, they did have those eliminations. I believe just couldn't hold out at the end of the day. They couldn't keep a lot of their players alive and well for that final season battle. And this is exactly the complaint we always have with Vents, man. They always give us solid performances, but when it comes to them actually keeping enough players left and alive in that final season, they always find a way to fall short on their bad days. Hopefully they find a way to fix that issue. Great stuff coming in from everybody all round. In short, if you ask me, in summary, it was a solid match. There are teams that could have performed better, like Elite Hunters, but I just had the cookie crumbles for them. I think at this point I've given up on Elite Hunters, Soul Society, and Dead Point. Dead Point. I'm sorry, Dead Point. But Elite Hunters.
Wait, I did already say Elite Hunters need to just go back to the drawing board and start preparing for the next FFWS, because they are a team that I do expect to see them in the next FFWS, because they got all the way to the knockout stages, but they are not strong enough to stay to the finals just yet. So again, 144 teams registered. They made it all the way up to the top 18. They are a team that is strong, but they are not strong enough to stay in this spot. Just like we saw with Paradox when they went to the EWC, they were strong enough to qualify, but they weren't strong enough to dominate the EWC lobbies. But we do expect to see them a lot better in the FFWS. I do want to see them do very good. The Underground Kings are stepping up as they have bagged their second Booyah for today with a 20 kill game. They are the second team to go with a double 20 kill game in today's games. It is the last map for the Group B teams so far. Is this going to be the end? I'm not certain what map we are going to for the next map, but this Group B needs to step up. Vent especially needs to step up for the final map. Do not go anywhere. Take a look at the highlights as the teams get ready to go into the random map for the final map for today.
I guess that you'll never know. You'll never know. I guess that you'll never know. You'll never know.
What a game! What a game! What a day it has been, especially Zoro breathe. Zoro breathe is one more match. We're almost done. What a game, what a day it has been for all the teams competing. The Group B teams are definitely putting on their last stand as this is going to be the last map for them heading into the finals. Whatever performance they had today, whatever performance they have this match is the closing for them. And if it wasn't good enough, then we will see you in the next edition of the FFWS. But as word from Garena, they did say they will still be bringing more tournaments, more grassroots tournaments to find even more teams that get a chance to compete at the FFWS. So please keep watching the streams and keep competing, keep believing that you too can make it. We have the statistics of the last 5 games, and we see our top 5 players as of now. Zoro, do you do the honors of letting us know who are the top 5 players?
Before that, I want you guys to let us know in the comment section what you guys think has been the most lethal player in the entirety of the matches that we've played today. Let us know. Quickly rally up the charts. Quickly. I give you guys 5 seconds.
Actually,
5, 4, 3, 2.
solid. Wait. Solid. That is good. Let's take a look at the leaderboard first. We will look at the top 5 and see who gets it right in the chat after the leaderboard. Zoro, you have there's oil in your head. There's oil in your head. But the leaderboard is as follows for everyone joining us now. The first map went to Bermuda. Solo Flay on Bermuda. Second map was the Underground Kings on Kalahari. In third map, Nextera, it was IL Esports that went out with that victory. Vent Esports with Purgatory for a victory there. Underground Kings will be claiming their second victory in the fifth map of Solara. It is number 1 as the Underground Kings with 126 points. Vent Esports will still hold strong on second place with 98 points. In third place, we have 91 points to IL Esports. FNS will drop down to fourth with 88 points. Solar Flare in fifth with 83 points. And Necro Venoms hold strong in sixth, with 58 points. Elite Hunters will move up to 8th position with 40 points on the board there. That was quite the improvement from the Elite Hunters, but they still need to do more in this last map, and it's going to be a random map. But before we head in, the votes should be in by now. Zoro, who do you think is, I mean, you know already, so what do you think the chat is going to see? Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Who is going to get the number 1 spot
Oh
is our
boy.
top 5 teams.
Oh boy. I mean,
Our top 5 players, actually.
yeah, if I had not seen it already, I would have told you Zaza has been really explosive, and then I'll have also told you about men like Neutral, Supreme, that have, found a way to overcome really dire situations, man. I'm talking 1v4 situations, 1v3 situations. But yeah, the top 5 players are as followed so far. Neutral coming in first with over 11 kills per game, which is absolutely in a single matchup. And then we have Damien 289 kills in a particular match. Mitsuki coming in third with 5 kills in a match. Ferozan with 5. Solo Flare with Solo Flare players. Zaza also with 5, man. It seems out of 5, 2 players will be coming from Solo Flare and 2 will also be coming from Underground Esports team. These two teams have managed to do on the match double damage in the last couple of matches that we have played, and that's exactly one of the reasons why Underground Esports team seems to be at the top of that total standings for today, man. Hopefully they keep it coming too, and not a lot of teams can actually match the amount of points generated in 5 games, man, because like match paradox in the amount of points gathered in the last 5 games, and it is no easy task, man, because that's one of the reasons why we always classify paradox as teams that is in a league of their own. So seeing another team actually match them in points that they've gathered in the last couple of games is really impressive. Kudos to Underground Esports team. Hopefully by the end of the day we'll have a look at the overall standings, man. I want to see just how close Underground Esports team is to the undefeated, the undisputed, your reigning champions, Paradox Esports
Paradox
team.
Esports. Indeed, I would still love to see that. But Beast Boy, and to answer your question, how do you join the esports tournaments? You do have to be on the Garena Discord because it does get announced there when registrations open. Also, follow the Instagram. I'm not going to say follow the casters, but follow the official Garena Instagram so you can stay updated because it always gets announced. And it also is a FF
TikTok.
Esports TikTok and Instagram as well. When registrations open, they always get announced on there. So you get yourself a team and get in. Registration is always going to be free as we are looking for the next set of pro players because even more tournaments will be coming. Garena did confirm that after this tournament, this is going to be the last major league. The minor leagues will be
for the
continuing
year.
after this. So do not forget to stay updated and go to Shop2 Game to get yourself some really nice diamonds that come at a 10% bonus for existing users, and new users get a 100% bonus on their first purchase. Heading into the sixth and final map for today, it will be Solara. The map that we just saw Underground Kings claim their second victory on. Will they be able to claim a third, as it is the newest map and one of the most exciting maps to watch as a commentator? Zoro, who do you think comes out on top of this matchup?
I can't lie, it might be Underground Esports team because knowing Solara yet, it's the most explosive team usually comes out on top, man. Most times it's usually teams like Paradox, near named Jogo, but they are not here today. So which team is the next explosive team we have here? We have Underground Esports team. So I'm really rooting for Underground Esports team. I'm rooting for Vent Esports team. So I believe in the last matchup, who won the last map that we just played? You know, was it Underground Esports team?
Underground Kings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they might be able to take it on once again, man. Team else plays Solara back to back. Definitely as just have Underground Esports team feeling real good about themselves. Without a doubt, man, they know that they can win and dominate this particular map with the teams in this lobby. So hopefully they just do exactly. It's just gonna be a situation of wash, rinse, and repeat for them right now, man. They just have to repeat what they did in the last map, and hopefully it's more than enough to send the squads back to lobby. Although the squads will have taken notes, will have learned from the mistakes they made in the last map, but still it is really not too far, not too bold to say that Underground Esports team is most likely to get the Booyah in this particular matchup. IO Esports team off to a great start here with 12 eliminations already to their name, barely 1 minute 30 seconds into the matchup. Dead Point do have company as Soulflare Esports team seems to share the same landing spot as them. Both teams will on the lookout for each other. Necro Venom's also looking to get involved here as Toby will be taking charge for his team. Prime right below, just waiting for that perfect opportunity. But Soulflare Esports team also have eyes set on each other. So they're sort of playing cat and rat here, man. if I might add, Dead Point might be the mouse too. So all everybody's just on thin ice here. Everybody's waiting for each other. Everybody's waiting for that one squad that will actually slip up, and it seems Gun might be slipping up here. Not looking good for Solo Flare. Ragnar quickly makes up for it with the M590 as he secures the elimination. They will be exchanging players here. Necro Venom will be losing to another player, as I always love to see. And Adman Zaza always proves to us why he is that anchor man, that major, rifler for his squad, man. Time after time, the man always gets the job done, especially in long range situation, and that's exactly what he did there, man. Racking yet another eliminations, racking yet another elimination for his squad. IO Sports team still on top of that elimination leaderboard with 3 eliminations. Which team do you think is going to be coming out on top here? I told you I think Underground Sports team is going to be coming out on top. Who do you think is going to be coming out on top?
Like you said earlier, this map does favor the team that plays as aggressive as possible, and I do believe Underground might be able to come out on top. But wait, before I answer that question, Elite Hunters are giving us quite the last dance because they are just picking up a triple kill on Luminosity. Unfortunately for Luminosity, they will be down to a single player. Might just be the first team to be getting eliminated here. IL Esports are doing a good job of catching up to Vent, as they are 8 points behind Vent Esports actually. So, and they are already up to 3 eliminations in this matchup. If they can keep it going, that is 1, that is 2, that is a knock, but 2 will go down for the IL Esports. Unfortunate for them. Lorem Instinct is doing his best to stay up and in the fight, buying Lorem time to escape, because Lorem is the danger player. Speaking of danger, Vent Esports are going in a very weird 3-way against Elite Hunters and Soul Society, and if this is played out properly, Vent Esports should come out with a truckload of eliminations. Unfortunately for Habib, he gets knocked and eliminated. Falls in the water, gets one, avenges Habib. Timmy will be keeping Vent in play with pretty decent kills for them.
Oh, bad move.
Whoa!
Bad move, son.
What a play. What a play coming in from Underground Esports as they come in to catch Vent at a very unfortunate time of their gaming career to send Timmy back to the lobby and cut them down to just a single player. Speaking of a single player, it is Zaza. This is why he's in your top 5, as he will be denying. Oh, he does get the knock. He does get the revive, but Motivea was able to get that revive as well. Elite Hunters will remain in play. Vent Esports will also get one back. Virox is still in play. Leo gets knocked. Leo gets confirmed. Virox goes down. Supreme is the last man standing for Vent. Vent need to give us one of that 20 kill game performance, as they need to close out with a solid push. They have their fans hoping for a Booyah to solidify their qualification, but it is still too early. We're only 4 minutes into the game, and IL Esports is sitting on 6, while NVS is sitting on 8 eliminations. NVS also needs to put on a solid performance to qualify, to solidify their chance at making it into the top 12, because top 12 is where the prize pool gets activated. Every team that makes it into the top 12 already is a winner, as they go home with a plus in their bank account instead of the regular amount that they spend on the diamonds. But it is still going to be rather difficult to determine what team goes into the top 12, as we still have teams that are almost in that relegation zone. Actually, a team like Solar Flare started off in the relegation zone. If they have a bad game today, they will be getting sent back, but they still have 2 more games. They still have 6 more games tomorrow, so maybe they will be able to get out of relegation as they ended week 1. And Zoro, how do you think NVS is going to fare in this final matchup with the Bossmaker coming into play here?
They seem to be faring very well, thank you. Prime securing that elimination. They do lose 2 players. Going in with the glue or UAV. Twisting it with the F590. Almost knocks him, misses 2 shots. And those 2 misses are more than costly for him, man, as Flux gets the best of him. Boatmaker was sort of in favor of Burner because he's esports team player. That was one of the reasons why the Necrovenom esports team player was sort of forced to just make his way out of that wall and lose that battle there, man. Interesting and strategic play coming in from the Burner because esports team players. If you are 26, this is gonna be the final map for the day 2, man. So this is the final chance for the Group B esports team. Show us and prove to us that they do deserve to be in the grand finals, which will be next week. So
indeed, we do have one more game tomorrow. Solar Flare tomorrow will be in their favor, as they have 6 more games to play before we call it. See where they stand in the end. Bowing out first with 4 eliminations is not a bad end for your day 1, as they already did a lot in day 1, bagging a Booyah to start off the day with 13 eliminations. But Syndicates are struggling, and Syndicates, this is their last chance, so they need to do a lot better than what is happening now, as they are down by Rio, down by Henry. Wilson doing his best to get a knock, unable to line that headshot up. It's unfortunate for him, but Henry will be getting picked up. They have yet to lose a player just yet. Going straight for Rio, Henry is foregoing his own healing. Offline is punishing them, actually, but they will still stay in play. All players active, all players still ready to re-engage. Sent that man offline, but unfortunately online was very quick. 4 eliminations up to the Syndicate squad. Best to give their all to the last performance for the knockout stages, as they are down to just 2 minutes. Ticks are going to be a lot higher than the other maps. Excellent, good for them here, but the Underground Kings is looking very great, as they've just a single player. The Burn Knuckles are doing their best to send them back to the lobby and end their knockout run. It's the best day for them. They had a solid day yesterday, but will their performance today be the top 12 teams in the lobby, as he gets to stay? He is the danger player for his team, as he did rack up 12 angle matchup, but it is still to be decided if they're able to come out on top of. It looks like Spryzen is more experienced. He gets overpowered and gets eliminated by Slow. Very solid performance. 12.
It doesn't seem too likely, but no, I won't say it's not too likely. Oh, why not? But right now, it doesn't look too good. Only 5 eliminations in this match. They have to. Underground esports team are also swimming right now with WC elimination. They are also station matters a lot, especially in esports. How many squads you actually come in contact with, and your team strength will determine how many of those squads. FNS looking to ignore all the smoke that Underground esports team players seem to be emitting right back to the lobby. Yes, they do get sent back to the lobby by Dead Point Sports team, who also ran over a couple of seconds that I was rambling. Underground esports team players looking it's all mode right now. They are in on-team mode, baby. If they spot you, if they have came up against Burner, because we were forced to rotate, actually let them get eliminated. Already they are rotating towards, yet he's still delivering over here at the knockout stage. Yes, under elimination in favor.
Fresh, the victory is still fresh. The rotations still feel the same, and the pro esports team, one team will be going up against Vent Esports, who are not having the best closing match. Normally, other support player will be the first to go down, and he might have just falling victim to the Underground Kings as they are losing her.
From what I can see, man, they have an opponent right behind them. They have an opponent that they also have to deal with. Alright, Predo, MATBX AWN combo remain the most Vent Esports team right there as they send them back to the lobby. Ventis play, man, they just had to crumble at the fate of such pressure, man. Underground Esports team are cooked.
Positioning does matter the most. It looks like Vent Esports, unfortunately, will be getting sent out for their last game. Syndicates will be getting shut down as well with 5 eliminations to the top 4. Elite Hunters in their best placement, their best match just yet actually led the top 3 teams, with Underground Kings having the better advantage. They have absolutely insane if they're under them in the grand finals. They are not going to fall last time, because I think Underground King should be Amigos, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if it just might be Amigos. Luxin will be going down as well, but it is the Amigos that rebranded as the Underground King, and they are. Can they now take it home in fall? Can they put Cabo Verde 3 teams, Underground Kings, Luminar up? Can they close out with the victory? Just like I said, predicting the zone is going to begin in a spot that almost guarantees them a victory. Then what we saw them do last time was a guaranteed Booyah. They are punishing Gypsy 2 eliminations. They are rotating to try get God's point, but unfortunate for them to get in. Dead points will have Slow go in and get knocking. Sorry, Luminosity getting behind. They get a knock. 0 the Dead Point squad as they are the weakest team.
To be getting sent back to the lobby, top 5 by getting closer and closer to that final save zone. I believe we have maybe one more save zone before the final zone, so the players have got to start pressing into that final circle, into that final ring. Positioning matters the most right now.
Positioning does matter the most. It looks like Vent Esports, unfortunately, will be getting sent out for their last game. Syndicates will be getting shut down as well with 5 eliminations to the top 4. Elite Hunters in their best placement, their best match just yet actually get out at 4th position. It is 3 teams led, the top 3 teams, with Underground Kings having the better advantage. They have the better chance to get a victory in this matchup. It is going to be absolutely insane if the Underground Kings can close out with a treble victory, as they will be sending a clear message to Paradox that they are coming straight for them in the grand finals. They are not going to fall short like what we saw from them last time, because I think Underground King should be Amigos, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if it's Amigos, but it just might be Amigos. Luxin will be going down as well. It is Amigos, actually. I just Mitsuki follows me on TikTok, but it is the Amigos that rebranded as the Underground King, and they are doing pretty good for themselves with 21 eliminations. They are one of the teams that were almost the winners of the FFWS Spring Edition. Can they now take it home in fall? Can they put Cabo Verde on the map yet again? We saw them do it at the World Cup. Can they now do it at the World Series? They just need to shut down Paradox in the grand finals. With this performance, they should be guaranteed to make it to that top 12. It is your top 3 teams: Underground Kings, Luminosity, and Dead Point. Dead Point with their best performance from today's games just yet. They are having 12 eliminations and a top 3 matchup. Can they close out with the victory? Just like I said, predicting the zone is going to be your biggest asset in Tier 1, as Underground King are yet again in a spot that almost guarantees them a victory. They now have to deny every other team the rotation. They've set a path. They've set it. They are literally what's standing between every team and the zone. And what we saw them do last time was a guaranteed Booyah. They are punishing Gypsy as he will be going down. Luminosity do not expect that knock. They will be getting a shot in, 2 shots going in from the Underground Kings, almost getting fully eliminated. 22 eliminations. They are rotating to try get God's point, but unfortunate for them, it looks like the rotation might just be a bit slow. Only 2 players are able to get in. Dead Points will have Slow go in and get knocked. Unfortunate for them here. Luxin tries to get on top. He does not get that height. Unfortunate. It is 23 eliminations. Dead Points are getting behind the Underground King. Sorry, Luminosity getting behind. They get a knock. 0 gets a knock, but he is unable to get that finish. It is not looking good for the Dead Point squad, as they are the weakest team in the lobby right now. Ripper goes in. A very risky play, but we always say no risk, no Ferrari. He might just be getting eliminated. He backs it out as he gets caught out. 0 might just be getting eliminated. He has a whole Underground Kings pushing straight towards him. But if his team plays this right, they should be able to get them sent back back to the lobby. Zero is 100 HP. He is low, but his team is coming in. Ripper is always going to put shots in. Dead Points have an easy rotation. They get in. Luminosity are taking a lot of damage, but Serif goes down. Serif back up. Mitsuke will be getting double knocked as Underground King seems to be fumbling and crumbling under the pressure of the Luminosity. They might be shining a bit too bright for the Underground Kings to be able to bag that third Booyah. Neutral is the last man standing for his team now. Dead Points might be able to close out with the victory. They come in with a third party. They might just be able to get a shutdown here. They do get that shutdown as Dead Points with the best performance yet. It is absolutely insanity coming from these players. If Neutral is able to clutch, he will close the game out with a 28 kill Booyah for his team. 28 kill treble for his team. But it looks like Dead Points might be able to bag their very first Booyah in today's game. A grenade goes in, but unable to get into exactly where he needs it to be. Neutral is a sniper, so it's going to be rather difficult for him to go up against two rushes. They will close that distance. The Max 7 is singing. They're letting that gun sing. The Blicky is going loud. Aroz is not giving this man a chance. The Oscar is shutting down.
And just used it in this map, but they did not do that. And that's exactly, why they weren't able to grab that Booyah there. But in all, solid performance from everybody, most especially Underground Esports team once again. 26 eliminations is great stuff. Even the team that had the Booyah, I believe they might struggle a bit, in having as much points at them. I think they got more points than even, what's the name of this squad that got the Booyah again? Than even Dead Points Esports team. Yeah, so yeah, good stuff. That's why we always tell the teams, man, don't be subtle, put yourself out there, grab those eliminations, be on the offense, because when it comes down to it, your elimination points will save you anytime, any day. And that's exactly what we are witnessing.
We will be heading to the highlights shortly, but after this, we will see the leaderboard for today's games and the overall leaderboard to see where the Group B teams will be ending their run, because this is the last for the Group B in the knockout stages. Is their performance good enough to send them into the top 12, or will we be having some teams go home in tears? Do stick around to find out, as the highlights will be coming up right now.
I guess that you'll never know. You'll never know.
Going to make it to the grand finals even. Zora, what teams do you think are going to make it to the grand finals?
I think the leaderboard is not really gonna shake. I believe the pass that's actually gonna start shaking is that like 15 upwards, because I don't think that bottom three is gonna be changing anytime soon, man. Just take a look at this, man. Syndicate still ending bottom three in their own games from today's standings. So Society, same thing, which means they are still gonna remain bottom three in the overall leaderboard, man. Underground Esports team ending on top with 161 points to their name. 2 Booyahs for 114 eliminations, which is absolutely mind-blowing. In a span of 6 games, they did just that much damage, and you can see the gap in skill between these two teams, between Underground Esports team and the other teams, man. Just take a look at the points, man. You will see what I'm telling you. So coming in second, Vents Esports team with 107 points to their name, 1 Booyah, 77 eliminations, and 30 placement points. Coming in third, IO Esports, 1 Booyah to their name, 101 points in total, 68 eliminations, and 33 placement points. FNS coming in fourth with 94 points, 57 elimination points, no Booyah, and 37 placement points, which is way more than most of the teams in the top 3, which is impressive. Kind of like they knew how to stay alive. Surviving was in fact winning for them. So if they're coming in fifth 5th too. Can we go back to the leaderboard a bit so that I can just finish hyping up the entirety of the top 6? Thank you very much. Top 5 coming in 5. Solo Flight Esports team 5th with 87 points, 54 elimination points, 33 placement points, and 1 Booyah. If you notice, one thing that is consistent is that as we go down, the team that is ahead of the other team as ready to be sent to the grand finals is quite literally the Paradox, Underground, and Vents.
The overall leaderboard as of the end of Group B's run will go as follows, with Paradox still on top with 6 more matches to be played. Underground Esports, a couple more games to be played as well. Vent Esports are done for their day, so they ended out with 370 in the knockout stages. FNS will be ending. We'll still have 6 more games with 319. Necrovenoms will be bowing out with 292. Dead Points bow out with 289. Nimbs Jogo still have 6 more with 272. Crimson Myth still have 6 more with 270. Luminosity will be bowing out with 230. Isle Esports in 10th position will have 217 points. Solar Flare still have 6 more games to be played with 212. Elite Hunters bow out in 12th position with 192. So it looks like Elite Hunters might just be a team that is getting knocked out of that top 12 positions, because the distance between them and Berserk Generation is not wide enough for them to be comfortable. And Berserk Generation they still have 6 more games, and they're just a few points shy, just 9 points shy of getting to the spot where Underground, the Elite Hunters are. But the top 12 teams are the teams that are going to meet grand finals to activate our prize pool of $10,000. But as we are calling it for today's stream, do head over to Shop to Game to get yourself some very lovely diamonds at a discounted rate with a 10% bonus on every purchase for existing customers and a 100% bonus on your first purchase as a first-time user. Use code HUBIZINO for soon. But we are closing out today. We are your hosts, Who is Zeno and the Mighty Zoro. We will be bowing. I wish you a good night. God bless. See you tomorrow.
I guess that you'll never know. Guess that you'll never